We're good, Jim. Hi, everybody. Hello, chums. Woo! I know, right? Same. Don't do that. Oh, fuck. Hold on a second. I'm glad Sam is here.
Messed up again.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. For some reason, it's just this one. It does your audio through my desktop audio instead of my audio capture. I don't know why. It's just this one setting on OBS.
Aim.
I need to figure out
Fix it
why.
then.
Yeah, I need to fix it.
Well,
Yeah.
welcome everyone. Jim and Josh chatting D&D on a Thursday afternoon.
Hello.
Just bullshitting around, goofing off. I think today I put what we're gonna do characters and classes, man. A couple of our viewers last week were asking about it. Hopefully they'll drop back in, and I wanted to talk about historical, literary movie figures as character classes, and sometimes that can be a fun exercise. Sometimes
Apparently,
I'm
multiple
the kind
people
of
want to
people
see
that make
it.
it bad because I'm like, well, historically blah. So I'll take all the fun out of the real people. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Josh handle the real life
Oh,
folks, the
I mean,
figures of history, and I'll do the best I can with the fantastical stuff to kick in here and there.
we can do a few easy ones. Like Joan of Arc is clearly a paladin, you know, easy.
Or was she an oathbreaker?
No, definitely a paladin. She died for her church.
She got burnt at the stake as a heretic. She didn't get burned for the church. She was, in all essence, a rebel against the church. She was standing up saying, I am the hand of God and you will follow me.
Fair.
So I would, if we're going to say paladin and go as subclass,
yeah,
well, I'll give it
so.
to that as an oathbreaker.
Okay.
Every other night, every other part of the clergy was following the tenets thereof, and she said, "Screw that shit!" And look how badass and powerful she got while she was doing it. So
that's fair.
Yeah, I'd throw in Joan of Arc. I'd say it was a oathbreaker pally.
No, I could agree with that. Yeah, you've talked me into it with your facts and logic.
Facts and logic. Damn it, Jim.
Who was it? Sapichu, who was asking for Jesus?
Sapichu was kicking in. They had joined in last week when we were what were we talking about last week? Crazy stupid. I don't even know.
It's been a week. I don't remember.
I talk so much.
I was gonna say I don't know what I ate for breakfast this morning, but I eat a muffin every morning, so I know it was a muffin.
Makes it simple.
Now, whether it was blueberry or banana nut, I cannot tell you.
Couldn't tell you that till later. That's funny.
But yeah, so,
they had mentioned that
I've actually been wondering
biblical
about
figures and what's that?
I want to know if their name is actually pronounced Sapichu or is it Safichu, because it's like a PH, and so I've been wondering.
Well, turns out, who knows?
I was going to say we could both be wrong
later.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll pop in later.
Yeah,
we'll see.
But yeah, they wanted to do Jesus.
Yeah,
which I mean, I would say life cleric. I would imagine something like that, or I don't know. I would imagine you'd have to be a cleric of some kind, right? But I don't know about life specifically. Hold on, let me look at cleric subclasses, because I've got to feel like there's like a lore cleric or something like that. That could be what it was.
No,
I can't remember all the subclasses for clerics right off the top of my head. Let's see what we have. Arcana, Death, Forge, Grave, Knowledge, Life, Light, Nature. Maybe Knowledge Domain. Peace Domain. Peace
Knowledge
domain,
or Life.
Yeah.
Huh?
Peace Domain.
Well, I mean, whether, religious stuff notwithstanding, everything historically recognizes him as a great teacher and a sage. So yeah. Cleric of knowledge domain would fit.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
With it, without going too deep down a rabbit hole, that's something we both probably hit on pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we won't go into all of that nonsense. But yeah, oh man, what was Sam was asking me someone the other day. I was trying to think about Abraham Lincoln. I don't know why that's what I keep landing on is Abraham Lincoln.
Vampire Hunter.
I know it wasn't Abraham Lincoln that she asked me, but like I keep landing on Abraham Lincoln. Like I'm like, what the fuck class would Abraham
He's
Lincoln
a vampire hunter. It's official. It was in a movie.
See, I would think he'd be a fighter of some kind, 100%. Like I wish
he was.
they
was
really
a
need to put like a
relatively decent
hand-to-hand.
duelist.
They really need
No,
to put
he
like
was
a hand-to-hand for
he
like
used a big old
boxing.
broadsword back in the day, dude.
Abraham Lincoln? What the fuck? I need to see these pictures. What?
There's one of his in his early law career back in the days when he was hopping between Kentucky and Ohio over to Illinois. There was a dueling challenge, and he's like, choose your weapon, and Lincoln's like, swords. So homie stands up, they both stand up, and as he's moving around and stretching out, he slices a fucking tree branch like 8 foot in the air because his tall ass plus his lanky ass plus sword.
That's exactly why he chose swords.
And homie's like, yeah, how about no?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's exactly why he chose swords, because he's got a way longer reach. Yeah, 100%.
Well,
I can see that.
He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say fighter, maybe Bard, College of Swords.
Okay,
capable combatant, very charismatic.
Yeah,
able to lead through knowledge, lead through litanies, and be able to more important. I mean, they say honest Abe. No, Abe was a badass fucking politician, dude. Abe was able to reach whatever community he was in on their at their level, at their point. He was able to speak up to society, down to society. That's why he was so successful. Because if you look at his true background coming up, there was no reason for him to attain the office he did.
Oh yeah.
He didn't have the big familial ties. He didn't have all the money. So I'm giving him College of Swords, man. He was a badass bard with the College of Swords because he was a capable combatant as well.
I want to say
homie got shot in the head and lived a couple days, man. Shit.
Yeah. I was just, who was it? I want to say it was James Madison, who was the guy who was just like the rough and tumblest fucking president.
Yeah,
that was like that was like, oh, this motherfucker killed a man while he was the president. Like he fought him in a duel, killed him, pa, as the president on the White House lawn. Okay, you're a badass.
Yeah. Right, so that's kind of the downside. It's pretty easy to I got an ad running, I'm sorry. It's pretty easy to filter the characters to and fro historically into just a couple classes, and even if you throw some subclasses in, you can have some fun with it, I guess. But it leaves a whole bunch of people out when we get into the gunpowder age.
I was actually just thinking about like certain other famous people too, like Marilyn Monroe, like clearly a bard of some kind, but like what kind of bard would you classify her as? Glamour? Like,
yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Like people
it's just
like
about looking good and acting hot, man. That's all the glamour does.
Yeah.
Mile wide, inch deep.
Fair enough. Yeah. I have to say this. This is just a dumb side tangent. The fucking jack of all trades thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of people always talk about, a jack of all trades is a master of none.
Mm-hmm.
But like they always fail to mention the rest of that saying, which is, but still better off than a master of one. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Versatility is hugely important. Specialization is required, but versatility is a little bit more useful.
Yeah, exactly.
You need a specialist for something special.
Yeah.
you need someone versatile all the time.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. So that's fair. What else you got?
Okay, let's try to do book characters of some kind.
That means I had to read.
And here's the worst thing: is the very first thing that popped into my head was fucking Harry Potter, and I was like, well, I mean, even though he's a wizard, I was like, he's a wizard. Like, there's no reason to even go into sorcerer. That. I was gonna say he's actually a sorcerer, like
purely bloodline based.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Uncontrolled talent, no reason for as much ability he has whatsoever.
So, like wild magic,
unearned, unpracticed, unwanted. Totally a sorcerer.
Voldemort, warlock, patron of himself.
Sure. That's why you're able to kick his ass. Yeah.
Just did nothing to get super powerful.
Yeah, right. A lot of people argue Lich, Wizard Lich,
I can
because
see
of the
Lich.
Patronuses and all that,
Yeah,
or whatever they are, you know.
I can see Lich. Yeah.
Uh, Hagrid.
Oh, I love Hagrid. Oh man. I would actually have to classify Hagrid probably as a ranger, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a
That's what I was
beastmaster.
kind of thinking. Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
kind of thinking as well.
Slight magic. It's little magics.
Tiny magic.
Yeah.
Useful enough to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, let's see. Who's another person? Ooh, we could do Star Wars people. Like Boba Fett.
Okay. Artificer.
Artificer?
Yeah.
Why? Why an artificer?
He was primarily dependent on his gadgetry.
Okay, I could see this. Because like
Artillerist type guy.
yeah. Because yeah, I was thinking about like,
Very
Cad Bane
skilled.
too.
Not
Cad
when
Bane
I'm
would be
not
the same
I'm
thing.
not trying to take his skills down a notch, but you know, if you read any of the extended universe shit and all that, you know,
Yeah.
it was always about setting a trap, being smarter, having the right thing at the right time. Very rarely was it about just sheer raw savagery. That's why he's got that legendary status. If you read in the extended universe, he does everything he does damn near effortlessly and painlessly because of his preparation and his gear. So to me, in my mind, that puts him in the artificer department.
I really hate that. Like, okay, now I'm gonna preface this by saying that I have not watched the Book of Boba Fett, and I likely never will. I might, I don't know, but every time that he has ever been on screen, Boba Fett has never been a badass. Like ever, like he's always talked about it as being like such a badass, but then every time he's on screen, not a badass. Like,
Absolutely right.
which is awful.
Yeah, but you know that's extended universe versus presented common universe, I guess.
Oh man,
so
and
yeah.
I don't even want to get into the Cad Bane thing because that's dumb as hell to me. I don't like that. Oh well, technically, Boba Fett wasn't the greatest bounty hunter in the universe because Cad Bane was alive still, and I hate that shit. I hate that shit. Let's do. I was actually was thinking Anakin next, who I think would also fall into an Oathbreaker Paladin.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or you could argue Vengeance.
Vengeance Paladin. Ooh,
because
maybe.
never at no point did he waver from his desire for revenge and right. He was, even when he was fucking wrong, he was always after some sort of greater justice.
That's true.
So I don't necessarily. He may have broke his oath to the Jedi Council, you know, and makes him a bad guy. But at the same point, maybe because the Jedi Council wasn't doing what they're supposed to be doing, he's so driven by fucking vengeance or justice. You know, pick your. That's, you know, I would argue. I mean, Oathbreaker is obvious. It's an easy thing, but just to take it a step farther, you know, maybe you go with justice. That's not fair. That's not right. That's not just.
Interesting, actually, because like there's no reason that your justice couldn't be corrupted. There's no reason you couldn't be like a lawful evil like justice paladin. That's interesting.
That would be, you know, just to take it a step farther.
No, that's
hey,
cool.
Deanie, how you doing? Hey, thanks for joining in. We're just might be having an internet problem. We're just Josh and I just hanging out, chatting fictional, historical, whatever characters from media. How would we play them? How would we pose them as player characters if we were to class them out? You know, sometimes let's jump on in for the conversation if you want to.
There and I mean, don't get me wrong, like there are some people that go crazy with this kind of stuff. Like I've seen people be like, oh, I can stat out a character that's the Flash who by level 10 can move like 3,000 feet in a turn, and I'm like,
yeah,
cool.
throw it in if you want to, but
like I have no clue how. I was going to say I have no clue how the fuck to do that. I mean, a Tabaxi, a monk.
You could look it up. Yeah, you could look it up on Reddit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could probably look. But yeah, I would say Tabaxi, monk. You could get ooh, actually, no. Wood elf would probably be better because you get the extra 5 feet of movement with a wood elf.
Start.
Yeah. And then you could do a monk to get extra movement. You could multi-class into rogue, which would get you your double dash. You'd be able to do. So like you could get up to like pretty fast, pretty quick if you multi-class correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I have no idea how people would be like, oh, I can get 3,000 feet by level 10. I'm like, oh, cool.
Well, I mean, that's the same thing when we first started chatting and hanging out. We were talking about the whole peasant railgun thing.
Yeah.
It's like you on paper, I said, but you fail to realize that every time you hand it, it stops. It goes. Even if that's happening instantaneously, there's no continuation of movement, whether it's 10 people or 1,000,000 people, because you're handing it to me, I'm handing it to the next. That movement of that spear is a fixed amount. It never accelerates, no matter how much you argue about it, because there's no acceleration process given in it. So it's a fun thought process.
Written,
but you guys were talking mechanics or the feel of the character, both. Because a couple times it's like we were just talking Anakin a little bit ago, and it's like Oathbreaker is obvious. It's like, let's go. Oh, your camera just dropped, dude. Well, I was pushing on that. Hopefully he'll be back soon.
No, I'm here.
But yeah, both. Either or both, all of it, man. Just having fun chatting about what ifs, who about this guy, As I was kind of joking to Josh that hopefully I'll let you guys, if it's a historical figure, I'll let you guys kick that in and let him handle it, because I'm like, I got a fucking history degree. I'm a historian. I do that shit before I became full-time DM stuff. So I don't want to take the fun out of it.
I really need to figure out why that shit happens to my computer sometimes, because like I'll go weeks or months without it happening, and then all of a sudden it'll happen constantly, and I need to figure out why it does it.
Great Deanie's kicking in saying Flash has always been one of his favorite characters growing up.
Oh, I love the Flash. Flash is a very underrated character.
Speed's an underrated asset, dude.
Oh yeah, and that's actually my thing, is that like for a character who'd be like, oh, I'm gonna build the Flash into D&D. Okay, cool, but you don't get all of the extra benefit stuff that he has that keeps his skin from peeling off when he moves that fast,
Well, yeah, but it'd be fun to try to play that. Right? Yeah, he's kicking us right. Yeah, but that's where the balance kind of comes in. I mean, have fun with it, but yeah, at the end of the day, if you can pull it off, it's going to be cool a couple times, and then you put it away. That was fun. That was cool. No one's going to play that as a campaign. We need to beware. Why Plume out? Well, based on my flash speed and my time, blah blah, I can be there and I'll just do it solo because I can be there yesterday. And if I can run backwards fast enough, I can be there before they put the monsters in it, and I can just grab the loot real quick and I'll be back. Okay, cool. Make a die roll for nature to see if you know which direction it is. Oh, I'm moving so fast I can cover the whole world anyway, and I'll find it on my... Fine.
Oh man,
but that's it. It's cool though. That's the fun thing about D&D, about all the fantasy stuff, is we can play what ifs, and we can even apply dice to it at a certain point to go, yeah, that don't work, or go, that's really cool.
Like, people really underestimate the Flash's speed. Really, they do. Like, lore wise, like that man moved an entire city's worth of people before a bomb could go off. Like, the bomb detonated and he moved an entire city's worth of people. Okay.
And that's, when, I mean, like I said, I don't mind having these chats for shits and grins, but that's, the thing that's like, everyone's interpretation of the superhero is going to be different depending on what damn issue or what series or whatever they've read.
Fair.
They're always entertaining, they're always fun, but it's very rare to find two superhero fans that agree with anything other than the character's really cool or the character sucks. Now y'all have completely different reasons based on how much or how little you've had. So that's why I don't even step in the superhero water at all, man. It's like, no offense, y'all comic book boys are the biggest fucking gatekeepers in the world. Well, did you read this series? Then you don't know what you're talking about. I ain't playing. You win. Fine, have it.
The worst thing is that you're not even wrong. Like, I don't even have conversations about certain characters because, like, I don't know enough about them.
Even their own interpretation. Yeah, absolutely. So that's why when you guys start going, I'm like,
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I read a lot of that shit when I was a kid, but I hadn't really read a comic book since I guess it was Dark Horse came out. They started doing Wetworks and Lobo and all that crazy shit there.
yeah.
That was the end of my comic book run. I have, other than buying my kids some, so I'm so far out of the zeitgeist. I don't try to get into it. Man, y'all are like, "Grr," and that's great. Passion and knowledge is awesome. That's how I am about D&D. So I'm not blaming you on it. You know,
mainstream comics. I really have a lot of mainstream comics I've dropped off
Yeah.
of. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man has not had a good story since Big Time, minus fucking Superior Spider-Man, which
Yeah.
wasn't even Peter. So like,
Yeah.
I'm just
So, but it's okay. You know, it's still fun because that's the plus side of superheroes is even if, like me, you haven't really read a comic book in a long time, you can still say, yeah, I know that guy's really fast.
yeah.
Or that dude can stick to walls and shoot shit out of his hands. How would I do that in D&D? So it's still a relatable product, even if you don't have absolute knowledge on it. So, you know, I'm certainly not trying to poo-poo comic books in any way, shape, or form. That's the plus side about a hero is we all recognize it. Superman gonna fuck some shit up until you run into kryptonite. You ain't never had to read a comic book in your entire life, and you know that. You know,
Yeah,
so
fair.
it's a fun thing to play with. Historical meets fictional. Have you? Yeah, awesome. Deanie's kicking in. He says, "Okay, historical meets fictional. Have you seen Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter?"
Yes.
Let's make a cut. That was his first one, and as soon as Abraham Lincoln, I started laughing and saying Vampire Hunter.
Yep.
I statted him out as a College of Swords bard, though.
Yes.
Not so much statted him out, but mainly of his fighting capability, but more in relation to what he actually accomplished, his oratory abilities, his knowledge, his skills to be able to meet people where they were and build up the following he had without any money, without anything other than broke ass poor dude. That was force of will and personality as much as anything from a historical standpoint. But yeah, the Vampire Hunter stuff, that's fun. That's for me because he was also a big guy. He was a strong guy. He knew how to fence. He knew how to duel, but he didn't depend on his bulk and his skill for his lifestyle. It was about ability to read a crowd, speak to a crowd, tap into the amount of knowledge to pull the perfect antidote at the perfect time to take 50 people from going, "Who the hell are you?" to going, "You need to be president." Her. It's good, you know.
Oh man, hold on. People are gonna kill me if I don't get this character's name right.
But that's why I was earlier saying I kind of take the fun out of using history characters because I'm like, well, blah 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 blah. But yeah, I enjoy doing that, and it's, you know.
All right.
Kick one up. Someone kick one up. I'd almost like that barbarian that wants to have 18 charisma. You know?
That could be fun. Okay. Anyway,
Oh shit. You getting his go.
No, I would love that actually. No, I was gonna say, let's do a weird one and let's do Maverick from Top Gun.
Maverick from Top Gun.
How do you sat out a pilot? Like how do you what would he be?
A commoner?
A commoner?
He's so specialized in the one task of flying a plane, he's incapable of doing any fucking thing else.
That's it?
Like think about the guys that are the sailing boat captain, you know, type of a thing.
No?
I might give him a captain's rank because if we want to go that route, a pilot did have to do at least 6 years of military training before they get into a plane. So we'll give him veteran as far as the non-player character card as a minimum, because they're going to have basic skills of self-defense. They're going to have basic stuff like that. But outside of that, I don't know. What else how do you...
So I was trying to think, because I was like, how do you do like a mech character? Like, how would you do like somebody from like Gundam or something like that? Like, there's certain people that I don't know how you would do them.
You can't really in D&D and 5e without homebrewing a bunch of extra shit in there. You know?
Because the only thing I was trying to think of would be like that version of Artificer that can like summon like mechanical like bears and shit like that.
Yeah, okay.
That'd be the closest thing I could think of.
But there's summoning a mechanical bear
and then being inside of one. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I probably at the very best argument I would give you is a veteran.
Yeah.
You know, he knows how to. He's a capable military combatant because of his basic training. But outside of that, if he gets out of a cockpit, he's just a fucking dude. He's just a dude.
Hey guys, some ads are.
Give him some extra charisma.
Give them some extra charisma. Yeah. I mean, did you see how glistening they were whenever they were playing volleyball? That's some real
Gotta
charisma.
make your tools mean more. Okay, so maybe we'll give him charisma. Yeah, extra dexterity and constitution because he can run, man. He's a running dude, right? So we'll
Ooh,
jack up
Forrest
your
Gump.
physical stat. Forrest Gump. How would we stat out Forrest Gump? Navigators and tools mean more. Navigators and flying water vehicles. Yeah, so he'd definitely have that as far as a subclass. That's kind of what we're driving pilot type of a thing. Yeah, so we could stack a couple things on it and make it a character, but I don't know that we can simulate his need for speed, man.
Sorry, guys. There's supposed to be an ad break on my side. You should subscribe so you don't see those ads.
Yeah, I'm snoozing on my ad real quick. You guys got 5 minutes to take care of September and not see ads or grab you a break because my ads are running in 5.
Oh, how long does the snooze last? Because I've never used it. I finally did pop up the thing to actually let me know whenever it's going.
Forrest, 4 intelligence, 18 wisdom for Forrest.
Oh, man. That's rude.
Dude,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Okay, so this is going more into movie lore and less into D&D for the briefest of moments. Depending on if you view everything that he said in crazy detail, all of his flashbacks as his actual description, you have to give him a really high intelligence to be able to cognitively remember and describe all of that to the people on the bench for 10 hours. So I'm going to disagree and say that his intelligence is higher than that. I'm certainly not saying it's a genius level, maybe 10, 12, but yes, I agree with you with the wisdom because he's able to put that shit together. We're making Forrest Gump a halfling because of fucking luck. He gotta have.
Yeah.
If we're making him in a D&D character as one lucky dude, so he rolled a lot of nat ones and got some re-rolls in life.
Oh man, because I'm just trying to think of like all the shit. He does so much stuff in that. He has so much stamina.
Yeah, so but he never builds, he never really reads, he doesn't do anything but do.
Yeah.
So would you put him in a martial monk? That's why I was kind of leaning towards monk.
Yeah.
Again, you have the military background, so maybe fighter, just a basic ass champion fighter.
I can see that. I can see that halfling champion fighter.
He jack a brother up with one punch. Twice, not once, but twice, man. He know how to fight.
And he got that dexterity.
We saw him play that ping pong shit. Okay, you got me. He's a monk. Deflect missiles. You just proved it right there.
Hell yeah.
So Forrest Gump, yes, right there. That Dex ping pong. You called it right there too, Deanie. You saw it right when I saw it. We were all like, ding, light bulb.
That works 100%. Yeah, so,
cool. Forrest Gump is a modern intelligence, high wisdom, high dex, high.
Yeah.
You'd have to OP his stats, honestly, for all the shit that he did.
I was going to say all the shit that he does.
And he's a halfling.
Oh, man. Forrest Gump, the most broken D&D character.
We just... How do you break D&D? Turn Forrest Gump into a halfling monk. Shit.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, man. All right, what else we got here?
Okay.
Pick another one up. I'm watching chat as well. Okay. Dean, if you want to kick one in, I'll keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if anybody says anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any character, shit.
Iron game Brotherhood.
Movie. Iron
Brotherhood. Because I see your helmet back there, and I'm thinking about that.
Oh, Fallout dudes.
Yeah. They'd have to be heavy armor guys.
I was about to say, I'm really tempted to say Artificer Armorer, because other than their armor and the 1 or 2 weapons they had, that was them.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of an armor sans spells. You know, the easy things to say is like, you know, Battle Master or maybe an archer. I'm sorry?
Yeah. Great Deaning was like Brotherhood of Steel. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Cool. So exactly the balancing it of you know, ranged combat in D&D mechanics would possibly give us an archer background fighter, battle master for all your tricky shots with your bows, heavy armor that's coming out the gate as part of your build, completely dependent on what you're holding in your hands to do your job.
Ooh.
But bulky and armored as hell.
So then, what about like like an Eldritch Knight? If you're dependent on that, you can summon your weapon back to you, kind of stuff.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
You know, but that's just like I said, just playing with as is in the canon of the video games, whichever Fallout you played. You know, there's obviously more extended. Yeah, I feel like we're cheesing out, but sometimes it's really that simple. In D&D terms, it can just be handled with just this plus this plus this, and then you just flavor it with some background from there.
Yeah.
Because there is not really power armor unless you're doing artificer as an armorer.
Yeah.
And then you
there
can put your jet
100%
boots
is.
on, then you can put your power punching gloves on, then you have your targeting helmet and all of that. So that's why that was my first jump as an artificer armorer, because their armor's fucking power armor.
No,
so
I would have to agree, yeah, because
Steeler,
it really is, yeah.
you know? So
no, you got me there. Yeah, it 100% is. Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh. Do you want to do Dragon Ball Z characters?
I can try. I've seen a few of them. As long, I mean, at the end of the day, it's the cat guy followed by Vegeta, and that's it. Everyone else is shit in my world. I'm kidding. Piccolo's pretty badass too, man.
I was gonna say Piccolo, the cat guy. Oh, Beerus. Okay.
Beerus.
I was thinking Corrin.
I was gonna say Anubis, but I don't know that you know everyone recognizes him as Anubis looking guy.
Yeah.
Zero, I love you. You got us Zero help from you on the Dragon Ball Z stuff. It's okay. That's why I'm like he's Josh is way up there on the charts on it. I'm like been exposed to the same 6 seasons on repeats because I had kids doing the Toonami thing for a big stretch of time.
Oh, man. Love Toonami. I loved Toonami.
So you know that's the limit of my knowledge. But like I said, I dig me some Piccolo. I dig me some Vegeta.
Both awesome characters.
But yeah, I guess you're getting into pure war mage in those points.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
They're as physical as they are projectile.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just stick. You know, the reaction is to go monk because they're all what. I've seen them dudes sling as much heat from afar as I have from up close.
Yeah.
See, I don't know that you can limit any of them to just a martial class first and foremost out the gate. Number two, very rarely do they actually have armor that matters. So you're eliminating a lot of that from a lot of those classes from the repertoire.
And even as like
maybe fucking
like Warlock. I was gonna say lore wise, even like their resiliency is because of ki. It's not something that they built up. They 100% say that. Yeah.
So that's you know interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe warlocks because I guess the hexblade style because you still have some physical capability. Although you can't really hand to hand as a hexblade, can you? I bet you we could build one that could.
I was about to say, yeah, you could 100%. Multi-class into fucking.
I got you, boo.
Yeah, multi-class into fucking monk, and you can do that shit.
Okay, a bugbear monk hexblade warlock.
For that reach.
So you can reach out and bit someone, man.
Still wear good armor. You got to take heavy armor as a feat, so you can at least get that armor up. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
You still got to be able to take a punch regardless. Then you pop on your mage armor on top of it.
Maybe we're looking at barbarians now because of all the rage mechanics.
Oh, I'm fairly certain there's a wild magic barbarian.
Yeah. Them dudes, they every time they get in a fight, it's because they like be charging up from inside, going, "I want to rage." You know, maybe we look at some barbarian builds for some of the DBZ cats.
Well, you could do that. I'm telling you, man, I could have sworn. Yeah, there's Path of Wild Magic. I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do wild magic.
You can infuse stuff. Yeah, infuse your punches with this, infuse your body with that.
Yeah.
Project a little bit of energy. There we go. Shit. Pick a color, pick a school of magic for your preferred Dragon Ball Z character, and there you go, man. That's as close as we're going to be able to get to mechanically without going crazy on homebrew, in my opinion.
I mean, you can stat certain characters, like Yajirobe is just a samurai. Like, that's what he is in the show. Like, he's just a samurai.
What's Yamcha? Let's not talk about the stars. Let's talk about the shitballs. That'll be more fun.
Yamcha? Oh, man.
What about Chi-Chi?
Chi-Chi's a badass. Chi-Chi 100% a monk. She will beat the fuck out of somebody with her bare hands.
What about Bulma?
Bulma would have to be an artificer. Yeah, 100%.
She's like all of them in one dude.
I was about to say, yeah, but she'd have to be like, yeah.
You can't
multi subclass. I wish.
I still think that should be a thing, dude.
That'd be weird. It'd be weird. It'd be an interesting way to see like how you would do it. I think you would have to take like, so for you to get your level 3 perk in that second subclass, I think you should have to go to level 6 in order to get it.
Yeah,
still,
absolutely.
Stuff like that.
No, it's not. But, it's instead of level 10 fighter, level 10 wizard, it's level 10 hexblade, level 10 Pact of the Fae.
Yeah.
So you may I've always wanted to see that. I remember when we were first. It's like, how is it that I am a specialized thief as a rogue, but I can't also learn something else that's as a rogue? It's easier for me to multi-class into a sorcerer than it is for me to learn a second tree. And more importantly, it's easier for me to specialize in that other class than it is for me to just pick up another specialization in my class. We haven't had a chance to mechanically play it out yet. It would be interesting to try that, to where I'll let you guys multi-class a campaign, but you have to multi-class a subclass within your tree.
Oh, I would definitely
just to see how it plays out. Just to see how it plays out.
Man, I would love to have like a phantom knife swashbuckler. Oh man, be a badass. I would love that shit. You'd be
once a turn, you would be an absolute badass.
100%. And then at the end of that turn, I'm going to disengage because I hit somebody and move 15 feet.
Yeah, well, I hear you. You know.
Yeah.
And then once we hit something that's got 174 hit points, you really don't matter because you didn't scale past 10.
Yeah, 100%.
You didn't get to that third and fourth and fifth die, so you're like,
oh no,
fuck. So that's the thing to keep in mind when you're going into the subclasses. You're going to give it, just like in real, going class to class. Of course, the gain, and I guess that's the thing, is the gains you get from going into a different class completely far outweighing the one or two small low-level specializations. That's what we're thinking. You start doing the math, you're like, oh man, if I did this and this, I get all of this shit at level 3 and 3 at level 6 for this. That's badass. Okay, you've used 6 of your 20 levels
to get 2 level 3,
and you're as good as 2 level 3s of that specification. You can only use one of those special abilities per action economy.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, your straight class bro over here at level 6 is now hitting twice a turn.
That's fair. That's fair, yeah, because at level 5 would be when you get your double attack.
Balance itself. Yeah, I think that would genuinely balance itself out, and I think that's why we don't see it, because it's probably really weak builds.
I was about to say it might actually make it weaker. Yeah, that might be why.
I guarantee it's going to make it weaker. You're never going to see your capstones. You're never going to see the mid-level tier abilities for either class unless you just slightly dipped in one. And if you only dipped in one, you got what? 2? You can't get 2 action surges.
Yeah.
You can't get 2 second wins. So yeah, those are 2 lost levels of your walk.
If you could though, like fighter would be the way to go. You would break the that. Yeah, do that.
Yeah. So and I love the
Take
idea.
4 turns in one turn real quick.
Right.
Like
yeah. But that's my thing, is the action economy keeps it in check. Just because you're dual spec doesn't mean you get 2 versions of the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a level 3 champion, level 3 battle master, so I'm going to hit second win, and because I'm both, I get 2 second wins, right? Nah, don't work that way, fam.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I think it would be fun, and you'd have to really work hard to make a super build that way. But early,
interesting though.
I think it'd be fun to see how
certain campaigns I could see it being very
going to be on y'all.
Certain campaigns I could see it being really interesting though, like depending on what you were doing. I think it would have to be low combat kind of games though, where you would rely more on what you could do outside of combat than inside of combat.
I think it would require an enormous level of coordination between the players to make sure that they took
the correct
complementary stuff. Don't want to stack. We're all stealth and damage. Hey, no one took a extra heal in their spec. Nah, dude, I took shadow and death on my cleric. El Mariachi from the Desperado series. We're getting back into.
Ooh.
Shit.
Oh, I mean,
that's a bad man. You want to say bard
because
he's a good musician.
Yeah, but that's why I started to say, and then I was like, but no.
Guitar.
Yeah, I was about to say that, and then I stopped myself because I was like, no.
He's projectile weapon crazy. a wide variety and arsenal of equipment, but all of it is direct projectile based. Rogue, fighter, bard, multi-class. I'm leaning towards like arcane archer specialist fighter, potentially ranger.
See, I was thinking ranger fighter maybe.
A lot of stuff. Yes, rogue, fighter, bard. If we start multi-classing, we might be able to touch Mariachi's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, but then I was thinking you would also need that quiver where you can hold like a bunch of different arrows and a bunch of different weapons and stuff in it.
Alana's quiver, the versatile quiver, versatile rucksack, either of those. Yeah, ranger as well. Absolutely. Yeah, you could build something pretty close to that. The downside is the dependency on firearms, but hand crossbows, heavy crossbows, light crossbows that do the same shit.
Yeah.
You know? Motherfucker twist around and dance and shoot you with 2 light hand crossbows and do a pirouette and pull a heavy and peg another fool and flip up his jacket and pull out a bazooka crossbow.
A bazooka crossbow. Oh man, he's Vash the Stampede.
Man. Well, that would be one of your arcane shots, man.
Yeah. And then I was that just made me think about Leon, which he'd have to be a full-on ranger of some kind. But like guns are weird.
Man, short point blank when he was doing his shit. How you didn't see him drop a bullet in a fool farther than 10 feet away. Think through the whole movie.
I mean, he was teaching her to snipe, and that's what I'm thinking of.
He didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
He was just spotting. One time, I love that movie, dude. I love The Professional, movie. Not one time did he hit somebody and shoot someone from farther than 10 feet away, but every time he shot, he hit. So, super precise, short range, highly mobile. Didn't see him melee much.
I'd want to go some kind of
assassin-ish.
I was gonna say some kind of rogue maybe, like with take the sharpshooter crossbow expert.
Sharpshooter crossbow expert, so he could very short range, very proficient at quick move, fluid combat. But again, you never really saw him lay in to anybody from 100 yards off.
No, that's fair.
So makes it challenging. I got one for you.
Okay.
Corbin Dallas.
Wait.
Lilo Dallas multipass.
Oh. Because I my initial thing is like charisma for him, and I would want to say either paladin or bard on him, but like I can't think of any that would actually fit his character within a subclass.
He had
of those.
No charisma in that movie. That was the whole thing. He was so unlikable. His wife left him, and his cat was about to leave him. Remember?
In his tiny apartment. Yes. I need to rewatch that movie. Just have cigarettes.
Oh, okay.
I need to rewatch that movie. It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
Yeah. 5 a day to quit away. I love that movie. Watched it way too much, obviously.
No, I need to rewatch that movie. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's one of those things I need to force Sam to watch because I know she's never seen it.
No Corbin Dallas then.
I mean, fuck, I'm trying to think of. And I'm just thinking about. See, I can't even think of what fucking Chris Rock's character's name is in that movie.
Ruby Rod, man.
That's what I was thinking. It was Ruby.
That was Chris Tucker, by the way.
Chris Tucker. I'm sorry. You're right. It is. Man, yeah. See, I need to rewatch that movie. It's been a really long time. And then,
awesome.
Fuck, who is the bad guy in that? It's somebody that shouldn't be. I was about to say Garrett. Yeah, it's somebody I know who shouldn't be in that movie.
Zod.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, that true bad guy in that movie is Entropus, the big black glowy thing hurtling through the sky to crash into Earth. Or they stopped it. So,
I was thinking about the turtle people.
That is a D&D character, NPC character, by the way, guys. Keep it within D&D. Go look up the 3.5 Elder Evils book, full of scenarios that can end your world. If you're sick of your player's shit, if you want to try a new world, but you need a reason to start over, there's, I want to say, 12 literal world-ending scenarios in that one book that you can just douse your planet and wallow in the tears of your players and the billions of imaginary families that you just decimated. So
it's messed up, man. So like,
that's dark, yo.
are the planets bigger or smaller than Earth? I've never really thought about that for
What do you mean?
or like is Earth bigger or smaller than Earth?
I think Earth is the same size as Earth. Toral is smaller than Earth.
Toral is okay. See,
Yeah.
because I was wondering about these things, because like that would change some like certain things about how the planets work. I was just curious.
Well, no, it wouldn't. From
Not,
the simple fact it's all
I
fantasy
was about
to
to say it's
begin with.
fantasy, yeah.
Earth, and it's as dumb as it sounds. Even Planescape makes mention that as Gary Gygax designed Earth, everything rotates around Earth. The planet doesn't move, the sun moves, the moon moves, all of that. And it's really funny because you're reading some of the Planescape lore and they're laughing about it. It's like, every Burke thinks that they're the center of the universe and their world's the most important part. And then there's like, though those idiots on Earth may be right, period,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
So there's mention of that. So yeah, you don't get hung up on planet size. The only time you're going to see defined planet sizes is if you get into Planescape shit.
Gotcha. Okay.
And not even new Planescape stuff. Old Planescape, you had to do the Newtonian fucking math to figure out type of planet by diameter planet by daily spin of planet by portable planet equals this amount of an envelope for your crystal sphere, which makes this much oxygen available at this point. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, because like depending on like spin, it could be control like how fast your winds are on that planet, like how your weather reacts, like all kinds of shit.
Oh,
yeah.
If you're into celestial physics and all that, I'm not. But honestly, go check out the 2E Planescape. You can tell that they at least worked with an astronomer when they're setting the setting up. It's certainly not pure, but I do have to tip my hat to the second edition Planescape team. They did their research on stuff. And I think that's why a lot of people don't like it, because it's like, I ain't trying to be a rocket scientist to be a DM, man. I don't need to figure out the
but that was cool though.
The making sure your ship had the correct weight and dimensions to leave an atmosphere to get to the crystal sphere before it could disengage was a thing. That's why a lot of us, we teleported to the Astromundi cluster and then flew our ships around in outer space.
Fair. I mean, fair. Nobody wants to do escape velocity calculations.
But we didn't have nothing better doing. We were young and dumb, thinking that was some shit. That made us smart.
Yeah.
That made us waste a lot more fucking time on playing games than we should have.
Still, you learn that shit though. It's one of those things though that I know that like as a kid you learned this shit, but like if I brought it to you now, you'd be like, "Fuck, man, I've not done this in 20 years. I don't remember."
Right. I could figure it out after a little bit, be exactly that kind of stuff, man. Well, shit, that's different time frame, and I'm not necessarily ever going to say better, just different. Yeah. It's cool having all those levels of detail until you think about how long it sometimes takes to resolve a 5e turn.
Yeah.
And then add armor versus weapon modifier, weapon versus weapon modifier.
Oh, then on top of that, now you have to worry about like the wind resistance on this planet because the planet is spinning 40 times faster than the planet they're used to, kind of stuff.
Oh, by the way, you got a -2 on all 2 hits if you're carrying a metal weapon because the ferrous materials are drawn into the exceeding gravity.
Man.
That shit's... Dude, hell, playing in Planescape 2E, that shit stacked up. There's a big multiplier of effects like, oh, where are you from? I'm from Krynn. What's your weapon? It's a +2. Welcome to Sigil. It's a +1. Why? Because you're one plane, one connection removed from the focal point of that magic. It was created and enchanted there. It's tied to the weave there. You removed it from that point and reduced its effectiveness. You're like, oh, okay.
So how does that affect a +1? Does it just become a normal sword, or is it or is it still a magic sword but a +0?
It's considered magical, but at +0. So for the purposes of hitting a non-magical creature, it's still magical enough to hit them, but you're losing your pluses.
Okay.
And I think from a design point of view, it was mainly designed to make sure that the first dickhead that rolls in with the +5 Holy Avenger didn't go try to kick a demon door down. Because now it's a +4 adventure. It's a +4 adventure now that you're in Sigil. Oh, Outlands is a +3. Abyss is a +2. Okay, good luck. Yeah. Piece of shit.
Fair. Fair.
Maybe not that far, but yeah, you're like, I guess I'll swing at it with my now +2 two-handed sword, and you'd hear now 0 plus 0 all fucking night, man. But you had that compounding effect on not just the weapon, but also the armor, the cloaks, the rings, all of that. Anything with pluses was diminished. Depending on what plane you went to, different magic would work more, be way more effective. Other magic would not work at all. So there's a shit ton to balance when you start getting into the outer planes, that I don't think they're going to throw in for 5e, because while it adds a lot of flavor, again, I always refer to think about how long a turn takes in 5e with the simple mechanics that we have, and add all of that shit on top of it before you ask for it, you know?
Oh, man. You just made me think about this because you were talking about magic rings. How? Okay, I don't know if you know this character or not. The Mandarin. He wears 10 rings, and each of the rings has like is basically a different school of magic.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, so like, would this be one of those things where it's like, oh, we have to multi-class him into every school of wizard in order to make it work? Because it's like, oh, he has fire and ice and illusion and teleportation and polymorph and like stuff like that, disintegration. Like,
every wizard subclass has, you don't ever lose access to anything.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
You know, what is his most effective form of combat? Was it melee or was it magic?
Magic, yeah. He typically would be one of those like blaster guys that would shoot stuff at you, kind of stuff.
Evoker.
Yeah. Evoker. Okay.
Boom. Make shit explode, go boom.
Very green.
And my shit can explode, go boom. The bigger I get, and the better I get.
I'm actually curious about what he looks like now in comics, because like in my head, he looks like a very racist depiction of an Asian man with green skin. Like, but I don't know what he looks like right now.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, shit, that's like old Ming the Merciless from Flash Gordon.
Exactly that, but green skin.
Quite racist, yeah. Beanie kicks in.
Yeah.
They did a number on Max von Sydow back in the day for that movie.
Something about oh man, I didn't even know this. The dude from Short Circuit, I did not know that was a white dude. That was that like at all. It's been a while since I've seen either of those movies, so it might be very obvious, and I was just a child and didn't realize it. But no clue that was a white dude.
Yeah, but okay. So next up,
Johnny Five.
Slow as hell, pretty delicate, with a big ass laser on his shoulder.
He's a glass cannon.
Warlock.
Yeah. Not only a warlock, he is either a dwarf or a gnome warlock, so he has 25 feet of movement, so he's slower.
I was gonna say Thri-kreen just for appearance, but that gives him more toughness than they actually had, because he wasn't even taking them little police bullets, and he was all falling down. Ah, they shot me. How the fuck you can go fight Russian tanks and a police 38 special gonna drop you home? Shit.
Because Johnny Five is alive.
Even when I was a kid, I was like, this is stupid.
Oh man. And now I'm just thinking about batteries not included as well. That's where my brain goes after that.
Ooh, jeez. Bunch of fairies.
But that's what they would have to be.
Little bitty little people, fairy people running around doing all kinds of different magic and shit. Yeah.
100%.
All right. How about, have you ever seen My Name is Earl?
Yes.
Earl Hickey.
Oh man. Okay.
What's the reverse of a halfling so you get unlucky first?
I know. I can't even think.
If you're not familiar with My Name is Earl, it's on Hulu right now. Do yourself a favor, watch it. It is such a hilarious series. Nice. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Yeah. Also, Raising Hope.
Just Raising Hope is a great show as well. Same producers, same producing team, writing team. Such a great show.
Not really a sequel, but does take place afterwards in the same universe. So some same characters appear in it.
Yeah, some continuity, different neighborhood type thing.
Yeah.
See, you can't do Crabman because he's just a cook.
Yeah, he's just the chef,
just a commoner. But he's
like Earl. I was trying to think of, because like I want to say like I don't want to say Bard because, but I also want to say Bard because he would get shit talk himself like in or out of stuff. Like he was like, but like he's not charismatic though. Like that's the thing.
I'm going straight up with where we got to start with Rogue. Motherfucker was always breaking into shit, always stealing shit, even though he sucked at it. Yeah. You know, we got to start with Rogue at the very least, and bad Rogue.
Yeah. Oh my god. Have you seen Run Runny Run?
I think Earl is the multi-class into every class and just sucks at everything.
He's so bad at everything. Yeah. That's 100% what he is. He's level 20, but he's taken every subclass, so he's not good at anything.
I get it next level. I get it next paycheck.
100%. 100%.
All right, Earl Hickey is your representation of all multi-classes wrapped into one character. Thinks they can do everything, really can't do shit. Waiting for that next big break, but we have to find an unlucky race. We have to have someone that says, on a roll of 20 or a roll of 1, you fail. That would be Earl Hickey.
Yes. Oh man, just yeah, because 100% is roll of 20, you fail as well. Because I hit the lottery and immediately lost it. Like didn't even leave the spot that I was standing. Lost it.
All right. What's next? Serious movie, drama.
Ooh, I'm not a big drama guy. I do comedies and horror mostly.
Okay.
Oh man.
Action adventure.
Sam and I've been watching a lot of Adventure Time lately. Do you know Adventure Time?
With the dude with the backpack dog thing?
Yeah.
And the little dude with the funky hat and the sword, yeah.
I was gonna say Finn. He'd be a fighter. I don't know what kind of fighter though. Yeah. Ooh, he's a robot arm later on. He could be an artificer, but probably not.
See, I would say Disenchanted, but those people are all already classed anyway, so that's not fun. You know? But I do love that show.
Oh no, I was thinking of Enchanted the movie is what I was thinking. Disenchanted must be the other one. The one where
okay. Matt Groening on Netflix. Good fun series.
Oh. Yes, I'm sorry. That's what you're talking about. Yes, I'm sorry. They are already classed. I was thinking of something completely different. I was thinking of that movie where like the princess comes from the fairy tale land in a normal world. Is that Ella Enchanted? That might be what that is.
Enchanted.
Okay. That's what I was thinking of.
Amy Adams one?
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. And I think that they did.
Yeah, dude, we got wives, we got girlfriends. We've seen all this shit. I was about to say, what would you class Miranda Otto from The Devil Wears Prada?
I've only watched Devil Wears Prada myself, and it's been like forever since I've seen it. I don't know any of the characters'
Meryl
names.
Streep is straight badass in that movie, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's one of my wife's favorite movies, so I figure I'd take a shot if you'd seen it.
So Sam doesn't really watch that kind of stuff. Sam's more of, I'm gonna walk into the room, she's gonna be watching like a weird K-drama about a girl wearing a mask.
Okay. Yeah, that's
I have no
tough.
clue. Yeah, I have no clue what like this. Like, I'll be like, I don't know what this is, and she'll be like, oh my god, shit got crazy, and I'll be like, I have no clue what you're talking about.
It looks like it started crazy, girl. Okay, shit. Let's flip back over to Star Wars stuffs.
Okay.
So I think we both Star Wars people. Most everyone knows Star Wars stuff. Lando Calrissian.
Oof.
That's a groovy space globe, my brother.
Oh man. I wonder if he would.
Dudes are weird, especially the hairy one.
Maybe Swashbuckler Rogue? Maybe?
Okay. I could go with that.
Yeah.
I could see that. I
think that would be more Han Solo, but like I think they would fall into like the same kind of area.
Yeah, 2 versions of the same dude. It's okay to have 2 of the same class in your party.
Yeah.
Even if that makes Han a little less special, him and Lando do the same damn thing.
Yeah. That's why when Han left, they brought Lando to replace him.
Groovy.
I say left like he didn't die in the movie, but when Han died, spoilers, everyone.
There's gonna be one. Oh man, we're gonna get reported for movie spoilers and shit.
Oh
right?
goodness, I hope not. How old is that movie? Jesus.
All right, man.
What did that movie come
Jabba the Hutt.
Ooh, Jabba the Hutt. Crime boss, though. I don't know how you would do him. Ooh, he's gross too.
He's like a Xanathar, dude.
Oof. That's it. He's just a Xanathar. That's
But
what
he couldn't be a beholder because he's too much of a wussy. He got took out by a
That's
skinny
true.
ass chick with a chain,
Yeah,
man.
that's true.
Not like a bitch, dude.
That's true.
Like he couldn't have put his arm up and went, "Dodai, princess, slam." You know.
That's true. That's true. Maybe he just. Maybe when you look at this puppet, maybe he's got like tiny T-Rex arms and he can't reach up high enough.
No, because they show him reaching up and pulling that froggy thing out of the bowl and stuffing it into his mouth.
That's
when he
true.
first gets in there.
That's true.
So he could definitely reach
At least
a
grab
chain
there.
here.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
I'm sorry,
No,
man.
100%.
I love me some Star Wars, but man,
I never
Leia
thought
should
about
have
that, but
been-
yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know,
Oh no, you found a fatal flaw in Star Wars?
I guess it's a bad one because that's like the big hero moment for Leia. You know, so that's a bad one to point out.
Yeah. Fair enough. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I think that's a series that we've all just accepted. Like we love it, but like it's
Who cares?
mostly bad.
Dude, it's okay for fun shit to be fun just for fun's sake,
Yeah.
man. I mean, when we do our Ravenloft stream here in a little while, Shadows of Barovia here in a couple hours, you're going to hear quotes from the Kung Pao movie all night on accident and then on purpose and then on accident again.
Yeah.
It flows, you know. I
It's
throw out
happened
fucking
every
Kung
night.
Fu Hustle quotes all damn day long.
Yeah, that was actually going to be one of them that I was going to bring up was Kung Fu Hustle, like how like setting some of those people. But I don't know anybody's name in that movie. That was my problem.
Stephen Young was the main character. Oh God, I forgot Lion's Roar lady's actress's name.
I love those two guys who are like they play
musician dudes.
Like those guys, I
Yeah.
love them. They're super cool. I want to know what the hell they
Summoners,
are.
dude.
Ooh,
We call them stuff.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
whether you're going specialization through sorcery or wizard, I would. They not one time did they actually get in there and try to fight. And when they did, Mr. Rubber Man just made them look like fools.
Yeah,
When they was singing they shit summoning stuff, they was kicking ass.
that's true.
The moment they had to fight, so that's why I'm saying glass cannon summoner wizard type thing for those two boys.
Okay.
Come, love you some Kung Pao, amen, brother. Master Betty, what is fucking Master Betty?
God.
Other than awesome. Oh, you guys want to scam some chicks later?
See, I would say that most of the
chicks
people in that
and
would
chicks
be
like me.
monks. I would think most people in that would be just based off of like their fighting.
There's only, well, yeah, that takes the fun out of it.
I know.
Well,
I know.
it's true though. It's true.
Yeah.
You know, what would we give them though? What
Ooh.
subclass?
I almost want to say drunken master, but he's not. I mean, I know he doesn't like drunken fight, but that's kind of what I want to give him almost. Ooh,
Pull up some subclasses real
I was about to
quick.
say, let me look at subclasses for it. Let's look. Because I've never played.
I mean, Wimp Low is a broken ass. Pick the worst monk subclass, and that's going to have to be Wimp Low. If we're saying all of them are monks, right?
Yeah.
Because they taught him backward.
Let's see. Mercy Shadow, the Ascendant Dragon, Astral Self, Drunken Master, 4 Elements, Kinsei, Long Death, Open Hand, and Sun Soul.
Long Death. Be careful when he plays a song about the butts. He beats you up to it. Either that or because he's charged up by the evil aliens from France, he might be Celestial Soul.
Maybe. Way of the 4 Elements apparently is one of the worst ones.
Yeah. So we'll make Wimp Low of the 4 Elements, and we'll make Master Betty of the Celestial. Although I don't know, man. Tonguey. How do you class? How are we gonna class the chosen one?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's weird.
What?
I was trying to think of it. Let's see what Open Hand is, maybe.
Yeah, because he had to do all the.
Holy crap! Why is ads playing?
I didn't do it.
No. Ads
you got ads
on my thing, which probably picked up on
chosen one.
Discord.
I'm coming.
Improves the benefits of spending one of your.
Yeah, we'll give him Open Hand because he had to do all the when she's dropping the mercury and the lemon and all that shit. Here, one now, rub it in my hair.
It does say you get an extra attack as this monk as well.
Definitely open hand.
Yeah.
Yes, because when he opens up his sensitive balls for a counter punch. Oh
I've
shit.
never had that page play a fucking ad before. That is weird.
Open hand. Okay, so we've got Master Betty going on Celestial. We've got Wimp Low going on the Elementals. We've got Chosen One going with Open Hand. What about Woo? Whoa.
I don't remember this character.
The one with the one boob chick.
The one boob chick.
Whoa.
Oh man. Man, I need to get back to this movie too, because I don't remember her at all. That's something you'd think I would remember.
You might see me again later and again in the sequel. The girl that shows up and he's all fighting her and they get in the little tongue and she starts. That's the first time you see tonguey pop out.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I need to rewatch this movie. Sam and I are going to watch a bunch of movies this weekend, apparently.
Okay. We've covered the main characters of Kung Pao that matter. Yes. Throw another. Yes. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yes. Whoa.
Let's see. We have books behind me. What do I have that's behind me that we could talk about? Nothing anybody wants to know about.
Do you know Benjamin Gates' National Treasure?
Oh, okay. Ooh, that's interesting. Huh. Because like that'd basically be the same way as like you having to class Indiana Jones in a similar kind of way. I mean, they're not the same character, but they go about doing similar stuff, like solving mysteries to get an artifact of some kind.
I'm giving Benjamin Gates a little bit more on the intellect and the research side.
Yeah,
I think Indiana Jones was more of a mercenary. Not once did you see him trying to find the shit. He was always beating someone up, or someone beat someone up to tell him where to go to beat someone up to get the shit. I mean, I love me some Indy. I don't want to sound sacrilegious, but that's how I see the difference between Indy and Gates. Gates, he was, well, even if it was stupid in context of reality, they went through a lot of time presenting their planning, their research, their deception, their abilities to do all of that, and to put all the pieces of the puzzles together. So I'm gonna put I would put Indy in it if we're calling him a rogue, swashbuckler. I'm gonna call him an Eldritch Knight because he's a smart dude that blows shit up and beats shit up all the time.
It turns out that
is he a bard or rogue? Ben Gates, high intelligence, definitely.
College of Lore bard, maybe, possibly.
No, because he was a shitty actor. I mean, I'm not talking about Nick Cage. I'm talking about they always knew when he was bluffing.
Oh, yeah.
He was always being upfront. He wasn't really into the whole misacting kind of a thing. So that's where I kind of lean away from the performance. Somewhat charismatic. Was he really charismatic, though?
Not really.
No, it was brute force of an intelligence type of a thing.
Yeah.
It was intelligence and technique more than...
Made me want to say wizard of some kind.
Potentially.
Isn't there a knowledge-based wizard thing?
Yeah, College of Lore, right? Not okay. College of Lore. I know there's one in there. You can pull up the scribes. Scribes, yes. Thank you.
That's it. Scribes, yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Great Dini. Good job.
I could not think of it. I was like, I know there's something like that. Yes, College of Scribes bard.
Because again, he's not very rarely do you see them like putting on the black ninja shit and sneaking through. It's always about timing and using technique and technology and information to get through the situations. That's how I'm seeing it. Order of Scribes.
Has anybody seen the one with the kids in it yet? I need to know if this movie's good. Yeah,
the newest one. No,
I don't know if it's a show or if it's a movie. I've not seen it though.
No, I have not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was wondering that as well. No, I hadn't seen that one yet. Yeah, that's a good call. That's a fun one.
No, I like that.
Ended up in a different spot where I thought we would, but makes sense.
No, I like that. That's a pretty good one. Oof. Apparently, all of Harrison Ford's characters are just swashbucklers. Like all of them are. They're all swashbuckler rogues. Everyone.
We'll say him in Call of the Wild was a ranger. Okay.
I was trying to think of something else. But fuck. And I was trying to think of the thing that he was in right before Star Wars, but now I can't think of what the fuck it was. Oh man.
the series. Oh, he wondering if the series was not that great.
Oh no, is it
Uh,
not?
Deanie's kicking it. The series isn't that good for
Okay,
National Treasure.
I didn't think so. Yeah.
What is Homer Simpson?
Oh shit!
I've watched every
Oh
season, every
man,
episode of The Simpsons so many times. Most of it's trust in my head. This
would
could keep us
he?
busy for the rest of the night.
Would he actually be aboard? Most people like Homer.
He sings a lot. He sings effectively, but he's dumb as shit.
Yeah.
And Bard requires some intelligence. He doesn't have a lot of charisma. Let's be honest. No,
I mean,
let's be honest. He
no,
doesn't have a lot
does.
of friends.
That's fair too.
He
Even
got
his
Carl
friends
and
aren't.
Lenny,
I was about to say, even
and
his
they
friends
don't.
don't really like him. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick him out of the
that's fair.
charisma required group.
Ooh.
You could argue that at certain points he might be considered a
Drunken
warlock
Master
because he has
Monk.
sold his drunken what?
Drunken Master Monk.
Drunken Master Monk. Okay. Yeah, he is drunk more often than he's sober. Yeah, as I say, you could argue warlock because he sold his soul a couple times now.
Yeah. Yeah, so smart.
Drunken Monk. Okay. Waylon Smithers.
Ooh. I don't think we have a rat subclass. Oh man. Shit, what would he be actually? Because like he's not really charismatic. He's just really just a snively little like subservient. Yeah,
would he just be a little commoner?
He's just a bottom.
He doesn't have enough of an impact. Yeah, he doesn't have enough of an impact to matter. Okay. Chief Wiggum.
Chief Wiggum. Oh my goodness.
I'm not giving us any easy ones to start
No,
with, man.
like I'm thinking about Chief Wiggum, and I'm like,
hey,
he's not good at anything either.
Thank you for joining us. Awesome to see you.
He shot more wrong people than right people with his gun, even. Yeah.
Awesome to chat with you. Thank you for dropping in on us. If you want to hang out later, we'll be back doing some Ravenloft.
Yeah.
What we do in the Shadows of Barovia, 7 Central.
About 2 hours
8,
from now.
A couple hours, yeah. But yeah. If we see you later, awesome. If not, it's always great seeing you. Thanks for tuning in earlier. Thanks for tuning in again. Great interacting with you. Be safe out there. But yeah, so Montgomery Burns.
Ooh.
Obviously a lich of some sort.
Yeah.
Or a vampire, maybe. Thank you. Thank you so much for the subscription. Appreciate it.
It turns out he's Strahd.
He's Strahd, right? Oh, no shit, huh? No, because Count Chocula is part of his council. And Count Chocula predates Strahd in the production line of personalities. So technically, Count Chocula would be subservient, or Strahd would be subservient to Count Chocula.
That's weird. I don't like that. I mean, the Count too. Then, that's messed up.
That's fucked up. Now, honestly, there was a Treehouse of Horror where Strahd was, or not Strahd, where Burns was Dracula. When they were making fun of the Bram Stoker Dracula with Keanu Reeves in it.
Oh man.
So yes, so there's been a couple episodes where we have proof that Monty is probably or fully capable of a vampire, which moves him into non-player BBEG status anyway.
Johnny Mnemonic. You said Keanu Reeves. That's the first thing that popped into my head. I don't even know if I've ever seen that movie.
Really? I watched it a couple times. We enjoy it. It's one of those that you wish they would have done now with the technology and the effects that we have now, and the story would have been really carried over and pertinent now.
They will.
But at the same time, the time period that it was set is happening now, so it wouldn't have aged well. They had to, think about like Judge Dredd when they did the dumb Stallone version versus the badass urban version.
Yeah,
think about that.
Oh man,
that would
that
be my
ending
comparison.
Still bothers me just because like I think about like just that drug and just getting kicked off of that fucking building. It's just like, damn, that's such a fucked up way to kill somebody.
Yeah, if you hadn't seen the new Dredd with Carl Urban, watch it.
It's really good.
It's a damn good movie, dude. Damn good movie.
Really good. I like
Anna Headley at her fucking badassedness, man. If you thought she was I like her as an actress. Damn good actress. Always a bad girl.
How about you just made me think about this? How about RoboCop?
artificer armor specialization.
Yeah.
Damn near impossible to kill. One. What?
Look at him. I know he's all passed out.
One weapon,
Okay.
maybe two, depending on the model.
Hold on. But you have to take into consideration that him being a Catholic is the only reason that he was able to become RoboCop. So
Irish. Yep. Okay.
So he's got to have at least 1 point in cleric.
Okay. Well, that changes the whole dynamic because then we got to get into all kinds of crazy, one point dips for a lot of dudes. I mean, where do we put Mad Max? You know, I mean,
oh man.
Oh, that's so bad. I'm so sorry. We're not going to touch Mel Gibson characters. Or are we?
Mad Max would be hard to like make a character into because like he's mostly driving, so he'd probably be in the same vein as like Maverick. But, yeah, but also I mean he's a fairly capable fighter too, though. So I mean I don't know. He could just be a fighter with like a sailor background, something like that. So yeah,
pilot background. Yeah.
I'm just saying sailor because that's the only thing I can think of.
I'm with you. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same. Totally.
Cavalry background. Drive a horse.
Would that make him a cavalier?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, because he's good at fighting on. That's true. Yeah.
Mounted combat.
That's true. And we've seen him do it several times.
Yeah. And he ain't even gonna be on his mount to fuck you up while you're riding.
That's true. High animal handling.
He'll jump on his mount, onto your mount, beat you up, take your mount, tie it to his mount, get back on his mount, and go to the other dude.
Man.
So yes, we are making Mad Max into a cavalier. Fair enough.
That's a series I need to make Sam watch again because I had her watch not the first one because like who cares, but Road Warrior, yeah. And now we have to watch Thunderdome and then Fury Road. I think she'll like Fury Road a lot. Furiosa. I guess probably the same thing for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's where you're gonna hold your primary badasses for that series.
More or less, yeah. Beetlejuice.
The character?
Yes. No, the star.
No, I'm trying to think because the movie's got a bunch of people. I was trying to think if we're talking Lydia, if we're talking either of the ghosts.
Oh, okay. I got you saying. No, I got you.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, the character Beetlejuice. Yes. The guy's the star. Let's see. Summon stuff. Illusionist.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Other than his Phantasmal Force, Phantasmal Killers, nothing he really does a bunch to you.
That's true.
I'm gonna stand on Illusionist.
Okay, we can get down with that.
No wizard specialization of illusion.
I don't know why. For some reason, the next thing that popped into my head was Monkey Bone.
I don't know who Monkey Bone is.
Oh man, it's Brendan Fraser movie.
Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser movie. He goes into a coma, and like in the coma world, he like runs into a monkey that's like a character he designed. It's like in his own head, and that character takes over his body while he's in a coma. Is what it is.
Interesting.
It's a weird movie. Yeah. It's not a very good movie. It's a way more interesting concept than it is a movie.
We're playing what would this character be? Yes. Kind of in salute to you from last week, saying you had a list of characters. But yeah, we've gone Simpsons, we've done a little bit of sci-fi. We're dipping back and forth. We started with historical. Feel free to jump in.
Your can behind you made me think about it. Duff Man.
Oh yeah. Frosty Cold. What would Jar Jar be?
Oh fuck.
Unfortunate for whoever had to play him.
Oh, I almost
Misa can't talk, so Misa not a bard.
I was gonna say maybe not college.
Can't be a bard.
Not college.
Has no charisma. Has no speech ability.
I'm thinking of cleric. I'm thinking of the trickery domain for cleric, maybe because he's
only if you could reverse it.
Yeah, because he's just
untrickery. How dare you?
It's really the only thing I could think of because he's just an idiot. So maybe wild magic sorcerer because he falls into stuff, but like
Fair. He does have a little bit of fortune going for him.
yeah.
Jar Jar has such sweet, charming voice. He swoons me into his arms. Oh gosh.
Oh my god. Fucking, I can't remember the name of this movie. I'm gonna have to find it. I watched it not too long ago though. But it's about a group of guys who are trying to get to Skywalker Ranch, because their friend has cancer and they want him to watch Phantom Menace before he dies. Right.
Okay.
But on their way there, they run into a guy who's already gotten tattoos for the movie, and he's got Anakin on one arm and then Jar Jar Binks on the other. He's like, they're gonna be badass characters, man.
Oops. I didn't do that very well. Okay, so Jar Jar, we're saying wild magic sorcerer to cover up for the fact that despite
he doesn't really have magic.
He doesn't have the charisma to do it. Well, no, ain't no one but the Jedis and the Sith got magic, so you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tough call there. Shit. Yeah, that's
about
the best I
trying to think
do,
of what an anti-rogue would be.
Yeah, that's where my brain is going. Okay, well, let's stat him real quick. What classes would he even qualify for if you were to do his stats?
This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We're actually going to roll him as a rogue, but he has no dexterity stats.
Well, you could roll him as a wild mage sorcerer with no charisma. He's still going to be able to get one spell off a day.
That's fair.
And it might fucking blow up in your face.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna put my feet down on wild mage sorcerer of unfortunate rolling.
It turns out every roll you make is a wild magic surge.
Right? No kidding. Okay. Star Wars.
Ooh.
Without going super deep into craziness that we'll argue about, because otherwise I'd be like IG-88. Oh, he's a G. Don't stat him.
I love IG-88 though.
He's infected the intel cores of every possible device in the Star Wars universe, waiting to turn the button on after the Jedi shit's over. He's like, you can't stat block him.
Order finally comes. Yeah. Eradicate all
can't
biological stuff. Yeah.
Hell yeah. IG-88 boss. We can't class boss.
Oh man, I'm gonna send you that song eventually. I think you'll like it.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna go
Bosk.
Bosk on a Segway. Oof. Bosk would have to probably be a swashbuckler rogue as well, but I mean, like he's also like I'm gonna go steal a bunch of fucking Wookiees though. So I mean, I don't know.
I'm putting Bosk straight into a fighter of some sort. Probably just a champion fighter. Just if he didn't, he was shooting at you while he walked towards you to claw you apart.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I was gonna say wizard. Wizardman.
Extended universe, canonical, whatever. The Trandoshan preferred to use that, just kind of like a Wookiee.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll use my carbine as I walk at you, but if I get close to you, I'm biting your face off and ripping your skins off. Yeah. So I'm dropping the Bosk into a fighter, maybe even a barbarian class because of his natural toughness.
I could see that. I could get behind that. I mean, you can't see it. My favorites are up there though. Forlom and Zuckuss.
What I was about to
badass
say,
motherfuckers.
I know Forlom is straight ass rogue, man.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, that's a thieving motherfucking droid. He's damn good at that shit, yo.
100%.
What about Zuckuss? What would you call him?
Oof.
Foresight, divination whiz, bam.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. I wouldn't have even thought about that. That's
the abilities of portents that his race had.
Yeah, I love them. Yeah, those are those
That's
are the only bounty hunters I have.
Very good duo. Yeah. All right, what else we got, man?
I wonder
Pixar
if we're
characters.
I've been looking at your Incredibles cup back there and thinking about fucking Bob. Because he'd just be a fighter though, is what I was thinking. Dash is a rogue. Violet would be probably an illusionist as well, to be able to make herself invisible. Maybe a rogue.
Well, she also manufactures actual true. No, she's going to be a wizard of some class because a lot of her. Remember, as she's powering up, her stuff went from being illusional to actual physical.
That's true.
the barriers, the shields, all that kind
That's
of
true.
shit. So I'm definitely dropping Violet in. I have an idea.
This was
Mario,
fantastic. I had thought about Mario earlier. I was
kick it.
I was
Kick
wondering
it.
because like he doesn't really do anything but jump.
Bring it back to Pixar. No,
I mean, I guess he shoots fireballs. He can
he's good with
transform.
mushrooms, dude. Maybe we're
Ooh.
going into Alchemist here.
I was actually thinking maybe Druid because he changes into a lot of like other stuff like raccoon form, cat form.
Mario 3, Mario 4, Mario World. He starts getting some multiple
Yeah.
forms. Is Druid possible there? Maybe.
Maybe.
Because he's gonna, whatever he do,
Plus, I mean, he gets stronger when
have
he eats mushrooms. I mean,
you're gonna have to have a very, very, very high fucking acrobatic skill.
yes.
Period. So whatever class is gonna give him proficiencies of that, dexterity, stamina, strength, that kind of shit. He's not known for being smart. The fucker keeps jumping up and down under the same brick over and over and over again. But he has high perception because he can know that brick will give him something special.
But he doesn't know that his princess isn't in that castle, though. So
yeah. Next castle, Mario. Damn. So that's kind of a tough. There's a lot of things that Mario needs to be able to do efficiently, despite the fact that we just talked about him sucking.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair. Because I was just trying to think of yeah, just basic Mario though is not anything. But I mean, I guess you could say that for anybody.
Yeah, version 1 of anything was weak sauce. So let's go there. Okay, jumping, high jumping abilities, athletics and acrobatics are going to come in. Thief acrobat. He's always trying to sneak in somewhere, trying to break in somewhere. He might be used to the mushrooms through the rogue acrobat. I'm sorry.
I might actually be able to.
Or that would be a bard as an acrobat, wouldn't it? My bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might actually give like rogue to Luigi because of the Luigi's Mansion games because he's sneaking around trying to hunt ghosts in that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So Mario's landing where?
Oof.
What you think, Speech will kick in?
Mario could possibly be a monk with all of his movement abilities, but I mean, like
he only got one.
He very fast.
That way, or up.
He very fast and jumpy.
Only once he gets the badass mushrooms in him. That's why I kind of started saying alchemist to begin with.
Yeah.
Artificer alchemist because he knows how to turn shrooms into some good shit. You know.
I mean, fair enough.
I'm thinking Monk 2, his badass punches and smash. Mario. Oh shit! I didn't even think of smash.
Yeah,
that changes the equation on everybody, man.
That's true. He does have some good punches in that.
I mean, you go Princess Peach up in Smash, and you're talking like 20th level everything, you know.
She's just gonna smack you with her ass. It'll be fine.
You know, how do you damage out a hip check?
Plus, she could pull fucking turnips out of nowhere.
All right, oh shit.
She is a hammer.
So, okay, Monk. That's fair. If we bring the abilities and Smash into some of this.
I mean, plus Super Mario RPG plus Super Mario or Paper Mario. He does actually
got a hard head. He can go straight up through some bricks as he's jumping through some shit. So yeah. Okay, I can deal with monks. That's fair.
Yeah.
That'll give him the athletics and the acrobatics to deal with all the jumping that he got to do as well.
I mean, you ever seen that man get a third jump and just do a spinning backflip? I was gonna say blackflip.
Shit, dude. You know, homie got some shit. Okay,
cool.
He
just fucking like full on gainer flips. Like
so.
Which one?
We can't really class anyone out of the fun movies like Finding Nemo or Finding Dory because they're fish, and you can't class a fish.
No, see, I was trying to think of more Mario characters. I was like, I don't even know how you would do like Waluigi or like Wario. I couldn't think of them. And then I started thinking of like other Nintendo characters. I mean, Link would be one of the more obvious ones.
Remy, the rat from Ratatouille.
Oh man, that's weird. Would he actually be a rogue because he's hiding? Well, no, because he's I don't know. He can control people very well.
That's why I threw it out. That's why I threw it out there, man. Let's see where this one goes.
Maybe
we know he's good at snaking. We know he's good at roguing. Artificer, but reflavoring everything is food because he's good at cooking.
Yeah, I mean, chef is a feat. You can just take that, man. And be good at
definitely have the feat.
Yeah,
but class wise, artificer. I don't know, man.
I was almost gonna say bard, just like inspiring leader bard, just because like he can control. I don't even remember the Linguini. Is that his name?
Yeah, Linguini's name. No turrets. He's just so good at cooking. He made an automatic boiling oven that sprays boiling onion that sprays acid lemon juices.
I'm okay with this.
Because I mean, Remy didn't have charisma. If you think about it, he was just the smeller of the tribe. They didn't give a just no, poison, no. He controlled through force, not charisma. So I don't. Are you into charm or dominate?
Turns out he's chaotic evil.
Motherfucker, like a domination warlock and shit, dude.
Hell yeah.
Interesting though. I just wanted to kick that out. I was sitting there going through my going.
Look, I've been playing Kingdom Hearts lately, and I just immediately am thinking about him being a chef at in the third one. You go to his fucking restaurant in that one, and that's all I can think about is him as the chef. And I'm like,
okay.
I think Kingdom Hearts. And I'm like, well, he's the fighter, clearly. No.
Right. Touche.
No. But
what else we got?
Nah. I would do the Sora thing, but I would have no clue how the fuck to classify him. He would probably have to be an Eldritch Knight because he's magic and sword, but he's not like super good at either of them technically. He's just
a paladin.
Maybe a paladin. He's very floaty and mobile though too.
So
yeah, that's true.
Hexblade.
That's what I was thinking. He has Hexblade.
So just kicking in Hexblade.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's Hexblade. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, Hexblade for.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Eldritch, because he ain't got no armor.
Yeah, I didn't mean. I was saying Eldritch Knight, but I didn't mean Hexblade.
And the motherfucker ain't got no bow ever, so he certainly can't be any fighter class. You may as well turn him into a fucking Hexblade. Dumbass game, ain't got no bows, no arrows, no shit. Yeah, Hexblade, you win.
100%. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. It was Hexblade. Yes. Plus, he can summon his weapon. So I mean, yeah, 100%.
Cool.
No, I agree with that.
Good call.
Ooh.
What else you got?
Ooh, hold on.
We've gone through a bunch of people in an hour and a half, man.
We have.
I didn't think we were going. I would just been rattling them off. A lot more consensus, man, than I was expecting.
I would never suggest watching it, but I have a series back here that's called Dead Man Wonderland. I would suggest reading it. But that would be an interesting one to stat out because they fight using their blood. Like they can form their blood into like weapons and like projectiles and stuff like that. I've never seen that blood hunter thing that they have, but I wonder if that's what they would be considered as. I've never really looked into that class. That's a very interesting series. I would recommend it. About a kid who accidentally gets, well, not accidentally, kid gets framed for like murdering his entire class, and he gets thrown into like the worst prison in the world. It's a very interesting series.
Cool.
Yeah.
So more ideas. We got about another 20 minutes to go here, I guess. I got a hard stop at 6 because I got to cook dinner. We started a little bit later than we normally do. So.
Yeah. I got like 30.
You got about a half hour, I guess.
Yeah. I got like 36 minutes. Or
26.
Minecraft Steve. Ooh.
He's gonna replace my Minecraft Randy on my server, but whatever.
I don't even know how you would do that. Well, I guess you'd have to be an artificer because like his whole thing is crafting. But I mean, like a dwarven.
But he doesn't.
Artificer?
Well, he doesn't use anything other than physical items. Even though he's crafting so he can make a sword.
Forge cleric.
The sword. Forge cleric.
Forge cleric.
He doesn't use magic though.
But doesn't he?
No, he doesn't.
You can enchant things.
So that doesn't make him. I don't know.
I don't know what else you would classify him though as because that's what his whole thing is making stuff and then using it to fight with.
I'd say at the end of the day, he got. Do you like my sword, my diamond sword?
Yeah.
Outside of that, he ain't got shit.
You got bows. You got. Yeah. There's some. Yeah. Some other stuff. You can throw golden apples at people.
I gotta go with fighter. I know that's no fun, but I gotta say plain old boring ass fighter. Maybe dwarf for the knowledge of the earth that I bring into the play.
100% dwarf. Yeah, regardless of what class you go with, definitely a dwarf.
Yeah.
100%.
I'll say fighter. You'll say artificer. That's okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, same difference, just not as good as a fighter, not as good as as casting magic.
Hey, Sulfur Wolf, thanks for dropping in. Spider Wizard Enchantment. How else does he carry tons of stone in his inventory. Okay, well, I mean that's fair, but shit. Look
I
at your
carry a
regular
fuck ton of
5e
cobblestone.
gnome wizard inventory can still carry 200 pounds of shit
Yeah.
before they get encumbered.
Yeah, people in D&D are ridiculously strong just in general. Like, you can
Yeah.
carry crazy
Yeah.
weight unless you just have bad
Yeah.
like strength stats.
See, I would agree with you, but on the wizard, but then you get the stupid little pet that's a bag of holding for you. Lots of bag of holding right there. God, I was trying to remember the name of the little furry critter that you got to get out of the nether and then convert into a mobile toolbox that doubles your inventory. Or a camel. I have a camel with my Steve who is too much Minecraft for a brief period of time. I apologize.
Man, I want to get back into that actually.
Well, I told you we're going to try to get a server set up, man.
Yes, I would love to get back into that. There's another game that I was looking at today that I would love to get into as well. Called I think it's called Blight.
Not to mention all the enchantment books.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
but it's a game called Blight Survival. It is a sword and board zombie game. It is a medieval zombie game. It's a 4
That could be fun.
I think it could be very interesting.
Actually, throw down for the
and the whole thing is like some kind of blight has hit your land, and your people are trying to fight to the middle of the land in order to get to where the blight is originating from, so you can destroy it. Yeah. It seems interesting.
Okay. What else? Who else, man? Movie time. Anyone got a movie character they want to kick into class around? Because we've been just bullshitting playing Vampire Hunter. That's not a class though. Dampier, duh.
Yeah. Really Dampier.
You're fucking melee driven.
Yeah.
Samurai.
He could. Yeah.
Maybe Kensei.
Yeah.
Or maybe Kensei Way the Ranger. Is what Soul Free kicks in.
I'm thinking a movie version of him. Ooh, Binding of Isaac would be weird. Isaac from that, I don't know what the hell you would classify him as. Tortured?
Yeah, I think Blade's landing on Samurai or either Kensei Monk.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly and easily.
Yeah, I can see that.
Isaac, the Hollow Knight. What do you think?
Ooh. That's
we'll
another
Shrek here in a second.
I love Hollow Knight. It is one of my favorite games, because not series yet, because Silk Song has still not come out.
I'm going to defer to him because I have never played it.
I love it. I love Hollow Knight. Just as a side tangent, look into a game that's about to come out. It's called Crown Sworn. It is Hollow Knight meets not Bloodborne, but the other one. No, Bloodborne. Yeah, Bloodborne. Yeah.
You made a stat block for Hornet as a D&D boss. He's seen Crownsworth.
Okay, yes, Crownsworth. It looks good. But yes, Hollow Knight. Ooh, okay, so very mobile.
I'm a spectator right now.
Very mobile.
Never played
Can shoot projectiles.
Mobile.
Oof. But like you're mainly using your nail as your weapon through the whole thing, though. He might actually be an Eldritch Knight as well.
Pichu's thinking Hexblade again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep saying Eldritch Knight instead of Hexblade. Yes, that. Yeah. Yes. Hexblade again. Cool. Yes, I would agree with that. Yes. If you've never played it, Jim, I would suggest it. Very side scroller platformer, like action adventure RPG style game. Very, very tough. Like very tough. It's fun. It's not a hand-holdy game. It is very much you have to figure out what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Are we going all editions of what? Of anything? I'm sorry. So
for D&D.
We're trying. We're playing in 5e.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just for simplicity, just for accessibility's sake. But if we started getting into all the prestige classes from all the third edition, 3.5 edition splat books. Oh my God. This could go on forever. But if you feel free to kick in an idea,
speaking
absolutely.
of which, I was actually thinking about because they used to have different size bags of holding that you could give Steve a large bag of holding, because that was the thing I was thinking of.
So I mean, we're trying with 5th edition, but we're finding some. Honestly, we're finding a lot of stuff really just falls into 3 or 4 buckets with 5th edition.
Yeah, for most fantasy heroes, or I mean, even real people that are famous.
I mean, because if they're using any sort of technology, they're either going to be a wizard just to replicate what the technology is, or they're an artificer because that's what artificers be doing.
Yeah.
Martial classes, you're a toss-up between a fighter or a barbarian or a monk, depending on how you're doing your shit.
Yeah.
If you're a sneaky bastard, that drops you into the rogue if you're all sneaky no matter what. So it's it's a fun exercise. But yeah,
Yeah,
the only reason I'm avoiding anything not within 5th edition is because there's the wide huge breadth and width of subclasses, prestige classes, everything else from the other editions. You know.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
I have a few PDFs, but never bought physically into 5e. Yeah, we've got the full I've got the full library on D&D Beyond with it. It's fun,
It's not bad. It's one of those things where older people, like older school players, are going to want to homebrew a lot of stuff for it, but it is versatile enough that you can homebrew that stuff for it. It's kind of one of those things.
Yeah, it's really easy to add to, and it's not a whole hell of a lot that you have to take away from to make it work.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to describe it, like what you just said there, Josh. I mean, you can bolt all the hell, you can bolt anything you want onto it without really breaking it. And there's the plus side is the downside is so easy to break because it's super bare boned.
Yeah.
That sounds really weird. You're sitting here talking about a tabletop RPG that's super bare boned. If you're, I'm not trying to say it as a challenge, but yeah, 5e is easy D&D. It's as close to basic Dungeons and Dragons as we've seen in 40 years. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to say because I DM freaking professionally 5th edition. I DM 3 nights a week with my friends, 5th edition. I enjoy 5th edition, but I recognize its shortcomings, and the plus side, you can adjust for whatever you need to
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. I can make a 1st edition module work in 5th edition. I can't make a 5th edition module work in 1st edition. It's gonna be a cakewalk.
Yeah. Oh man, we won't even get into like the 3.5 stuff because that'd be a whole situation. That'd be a whole situation.
Yeah. At the end of the day, when you're about to have to add plus 23 to the D20 you're gonna roll, your rules have gone too far. But that's a thing in 3rd edition, man. Okay, +4 for flat, +4 because you're flat-footed. I'm just doing an armor class on touch. I get +6 for my melee ability. I did not move this turn, so I get to add an extra +2 to that. Blah blah blah. So +16. I rolled a 17. +16 is a 33. You missed. What? Dude got 35 armor class touch. That's 3rd, dude.
Yeah. Oh
it's
man.
a fun system. The plus side about it is because there's a rule for everything. You don't have to spend so much time educating and arguing. You can look it up in the book, say, here it is, that you go. Hear you out. Okay. Okay to share a link for feedback. Hold on. Throw it in my Discord. My my Nightbot's been being a pain in the ass lately. So yeah, Soul, feel free to kick something over into the Discord link wise if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Throw it in there. Josh is on the same channel. We'll take a look at it and offer some feedback. We can get into a lot more stuff after hours and say, hey, think about this. But yeah. Okay, so Sapichu says Bigfoot.
Ooh.
Stealthy like a bitch.
I was gonna say, yeah, you'd have to be a rogue of some kind.
Stealthy like a mug, dude.
But like you're also big and strong, though, I would imagine. But that's
no one
just
knows
mostly,
how strong it
I was about to
is.
say it's mostly just from physicality, though. It wouldn't be from like a class kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let's go with Goliath. Goliath rogue.
Goliath rogue.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bigfoot, okay, but I'm saying druid, dude.
You could do druid.
Ridiculous nature, ridiculous camouflage, ridiculous tracking, all of the outdoorsy skills that homie has. For all we know, Bigfoot might truly be a halfling who is living on Earth that shapeshifts into a Bigfoot to keep people away from his shit. Hear me out of Furbolg. Okay, yeah, that's workable.
No, yeah, absolutely.
As a race, totally.
Do you know what's fun is that
what's that?
Bigfoot is actually on like our endangered species list. Like, yeah,
he ain't real, but he's endangered.
Yeah, 100%. It's like on park records and stuff like that in America. You can like it'll be like you can't hunt these, like 100%.
Yeah, I know, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's really hard. It's like I end up clicking so many things off in my head as they pop up because I'm coming up with a class. As soon as I come up, that's no fun. Click, that's no fun. Click, Odysseus, no fun. Achilles, no fun. But I'm so mired in history. That's where my brain goes is old literature.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you guys are here to kick in some
okay.
fresh ideas for fun
We'll,
shit.
we'll do a fun one, and this will be one because a lot of people don't think about this person because like you're mentioning all these great people. Well, I mean, I guess because they're a god, it wouldn't really work. I was gonna say Hades because a lot of people don't do Hades right.
He's a deity.
Yeah, I was about to say he's a god though, so yeah, it wouldn't really work. Yeah, because a
No,
lot of
no
people
stat blocks by me.
look at Hades and they're like, "Oh, that's a bad guy. He's the bad guy." Like, but it's like, not really. Like, he ruled the underworld, but like Hades was one of the better gods in the Greek pantheon. Like, he wasn't
Yeah.
out there like having sex with people as a swan and stuff, you know. Like,
He was busy trying to get what's her Persephone?
yeah,
No,
Persephone. Yeah,
he was just up after that one. Just true love, just true love.
all he
Zeus
did.
is all about the lust. He got a hot ass Hera sitting next to him. He's still got to go screw Earth women.
Oh yeah,
And poor Hades had his selection of the multitude of the souls of the undead, but he lusted after the one true love. Such a tragic story. But yeah, I ain't even gonna stat block him. He's a
Yeah.
true and out greater power. According to second edition Planescape.
That's one of those things where like I love the movie Hercules, one of my favorite Disney movies of all time, but it is so completely wrong as far as mythology. Like I don't think
Most
they
of
get
them are,
like
man.
I think the only thing they get right is the names. Like I think that's
Kinda.
it. And then like
Kinda, yeah.
Hercules is Heracles, so I mean they didn't even get that right, but I mean close enough.
Well, that's where you get into the like it or not, threw in plans and ideas. Through it. Okay, cool. We'll take a look at it here in a little bit, man. Appreciate you.
Okay.
There was both the Greek and the Roman pronunciation of each of those, man.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of the gods were lucky enough to have the same name both ways. Jupiter is Zeus.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound as cool as Zeus.
Yeah. Pluto is
Heracles is hard for people to say, so we're going to say Hercules.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I'm thinking of Isaac. You said heresies. Now I'm thinking Damocles.
Damocles.
The sort of philosopher.
Damocles.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh. I would say most philosophers would probably fall into Bard. Most of them, because like you've got to be, especially like old school philosophers, because you're speaking in front of a lot of people, like pulling in crowds to talk to them. So I would say most older philosophers would fall into Bard.
I say cleric.
Yeah.
They adhere to thoughts and concepts to the point where they have formed bases of thoughts and intelligence and study to the point where they're almost adhere to stronger than religions have.
See, I don't know.
They didn't proselytize to the masses to get. If you couldn't understand Socrates, he wasn't going to sit there and waste his time and try to convince you of it.
What? Socratic methods. I mean, he would. That was one of his big things, though. Is talking to people and being like, "But why? But why though?"
But if you're an idiot, that was a waste of time for him. That's my whole point.
Yeah.
Is I don't know. Then thou aren't worth my time.
Yeah, and that's fair.
If you can't answer why, then you're. So that's what I guess where I kind of lean into. So Peach is kicking it. History of Damocles is a king who's friend with a commoner. The commoner begged for the king to let him take his place for a day. So he did, but in his throne, the commoner looked. Yeah, the sword of Damocles hanging above him, hanging by a single horsehair as a reminder this position and power is temporary. Yeah. So that's kind of where, you know, like I said, class-wise, it's a struggle because what would you call Alexander the Great? You know, in literature and history, he's far surpassed that, but we're still back down to a class puts him as a fighter, or maybe a sage of some sort. So that's why I was, you know, early on in the stream, I was like, unfortunately, it's not super fun for me to do historical people because it's really easy to lump them into one or two things. Unless we can have some fun and talk about, you know, where would we take that? So how would we simulate the idea of the sword of Damocles through a class-based system? Is that warlocking?
I was about to say that'd be warlock, yeah.
Paladin fighter with the claws. The actual sword is a magical item.
Sword is a cursed item you could do even.
Yeah. Paladin fighter with the cause is fair. Yeah, clerics don't have a specific god you follow. Philosophy will do. Yeah, absolutely. So, hey, Xana, sorry I missed that. We're kind of jumping in and out chatting. Great to see you again. Yeah, we're just playing the name a character and let's try to class it.
Yeah.
Feel free to jump on in.
We got about 10 minutes
as
left.
I wave my hands around talking a little bit. Yeah, we got about 15 minutes left. So glad to have you in here. We're running movies, video games, historical figures, mythology. It don't matter. Something that sounds fun that we can kind of kick around and have some fun with. The Crow.
Ooh, The Crow's
Not
interesting.
bulletproof.
The worst
I'm
part
so
was
bad.
is that like I was like, well, not at first, but then later, and then I was like, oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, Geezer went bad and dark and ugly, and I do apologize. I do have a mean streak in me once in a while.
That was good. That was good.
Okay, Xana's kicking up an idea. What prominent historical figure would be an eloquence bard? I'm glad you laughed too, Soul. Like, I wouldn't
Ooh.
offend anybody.
Ooh.
An eloquence bard of high standing that was just able to talk themselves in and out of everything. Pure eloquence, slick. Fucking I
Ooh.
can't believe it's Casanova.
Casanova, yeah. I'm trying to think of
Straight
dudes.
up, man.
I'm trying to think of dude's
Or
name.
I was about to say El Cid, but he was like, "I'm gonna beat your ass and then you'll love me."
Hold on.
So I can't really say El Cid.
Hold on. Let me get dude's name real quick.
Yeah, Mister. I slept with a zillion chicks. Based on he wasn't even like a pretty dude. He was just all about the words. A fucking Shakespeare, the
Stephen
original bard,
Stephen Russell. Okay,
Stephen Russell.
okay, so this is the thing. If you've ever seen the movie I Love You, Philip Morris, Stephen Russell is Jim Carrey's character. This is a man that basically all he did was lie his way through everything. Like he was like constantly frauding people for stuff. He snuck out of prison so many fucking times that they were like, okay, we're just gonna give you 144 years because you keep embarrassing us. Like,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That would be a good eloquence bar. So anyway, after the bad joke about the crow, and I do apologize. What do we turn him into as a collector? I don't apologize. It was funny.
It doesn't really work, but like honestly, probably the best thing for him would be a vengeance paladin because that's his whole thing. Like he's resurrected long enough to get his vengeance.
Now, isn't he able to like shadow shift and shit like that as well?
Yeah, he is.
So I don't know that you would. I mean, I would think that would step more back into a warlock class or something
See,
that
and I
has
wanna-
access to Misty Step
And I want to say warlock because that's the whole
or
thing.
monk.
Is that like
Oh, don't a monk got to what monk can teleport? Shadow Fist or some shit?
I don't know. Like I said, I've never played a monk. I don't know all their subclass stuff. Yep.
I'll look it up when someone brings anyone to the table.
Yeah, no. But I mean, yeah. I could see a monk. I could see warlock definitely.
Way of the Shadow. That's what I'm thinking.
And I almost want to go with warlock just because of like what's going on with him.
The connection with all of the nether. I've been sent back long enough to kill all of you, and then I'll be going back to hell type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Vengeance. Yeah, okay. Vengeance Palette Warlock somewhere in there. That's fun. That's an interesting one.
Just don't bother watching like the other like 5 of those movies that
City of
exist.
Angels. Okay. Benjamin Franklin or Marcus Tullius Cicero for an eloquence bard. Xana, I was thinking I wanted to say Benjamin Franklin, but I instantly went down the invention path.
No.
And that took me to artificer, so
but
I threw
he
him
also
out. But
fucks bitches.
No, that's a good.
That's true. That's true. I didn't even think about that. That's true.
Yeah. In addition to being able to talk France into joining the fucking army and joining everything else and everything that he did, he got some tail.
Because
Let's not forget the important part.
That's true.
Yes, exactly, Xana. That's before I was distracted by my brother there, saying that although Casanova was play, Franklin also was play, and Franklin kept country. Yeah, good call on that. Like I said, I immediately went Franklin Stove, key on a phone. Nope, he's an artificer. I can't do that, but that's a good call. Very good call.
I like that.
Yeah, because I had assigned College of the Swords Bard to Abraham Lincoln at the start of the sword or the start of the stream. Same thing. His numerous things. Yeah, that's a fun one. Good idea. Good call there.
I like that. That's really good.
he got some bitches too. Yeah, he did.
I always forget
Marcus
that Abraham Lincoln was a woman.
Cicero, one of Rome's greatest orators and prose stylists. His speech is still studied today. Cicero, yeah. He's successfully navigated dangerous politics. That would be fair too. Yeah,
100%.
Good calls for an eloquence bard. Both of them pretty strong. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
We got about 10 minutes left here.
Here's one for you,
And then
Jim.
I got to haul ass to go do some spaghetti meatballs for the kids before my
Gandhi.
review session. What's it? Gandhi. Shit. I mean, not like because I got a bad track record as we've been going here.
Oh man. I mean, yeah, we won't get into all the side stuff that Gandhi did. That, yeah, but like,
as a class, commoner, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe Book of Sage wizard, but he never casts his spells.
Okay.
No, he was more wise and intelligent. You're banned for playing it in your friends group. That's funny.
Wait, what?
the Xana was just kicking in that the Eloquence Bard is their favorite class, and he's
they're
banned
so
from playing
good.
it. They're banned from. Yeah, they're fun. They're great. Especially if you're given opportunities to shine.
I was gonna say, don't bring one to Jim's table because you'll never actually roll the things that make an Eloquence Bard good.
Honestly, because I expect ROLE play, not ROLL.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like if you're playing an Eloquence Bard and you're eloquent as a player, you're gonna be in heaven. But if you're playing an Eloquence Bard because you want to push +9 and persuade people into doing shit, it might be good enough to keep you out of jail. Yeah. I that's plus just get to mono. Absolutely, that's for me. That's role playing.
Yeah.
You know, I hate it, dude. It's like, for example, one of the groups I get to play, and I'm the cleric, but I, for whatever reason, end up being the mouth, and I'm good at this shit in role play. But my character got a -1 on his persuasion. So we can talk an entire shit, and the DM's like, okay, roll persuasion. I'm like, so now it's like, I don't even care. Just tell me what to roll. Just tell me what to roll.
It's kind of the opposite for
Takes the
Trevor.
fun out of it.
Because like I'm the person who's always being made to talk to people, and I have like an 8 in charisma. You know.
But that's where I allow for role play rather than ROLL. You know, yeah, I'll admit, uses of my social skills, those buttons don't get used a lot.
Yeah.
This is a role playing game, man.
Yeah,
you
my Eloquence Bard that I played had like without even rolling, I could take an 18 in persuasion. So I was like,
yeah, exactly. So it gives you a scenario, let you write it up, like let you write something up, huh?
See, but I actually used it for other stuff, and you don't know this, Jim. But my Eloquence Bard that I use, I actually put his stuff into performance, which is why my performance rolls were so good all the time with him. Yeah, because I was like, that's what I'm going to use him as.
And that's fine, because you know that's something that's worth rolling for.
Yeah.
Your ability to talk to a guard is something that you as a player should be willing to do, and not just push a button for. That's where I sit.
Yeah.
So in any situation, you're the bard. I wanted so bad to make Echo work, dude. That just sucked.
Yeah, I know. I like Echo. I think it's a good idea. I just really hate that we got put into a place where you literally couldn't fucking talk.
I had made a Kenku bard based on the old school Kenku, where they couldn't talk original statements. They could only repeat what they heard. And I made it worse for myself as a dungeon master, knowing that if I can't talk, I can't metagame, I can't unofficially take authority over the group, any of that shit. So that was why I kind of did it to myself. And so I made it to where, like, you know, going super deep into long story short, Akko and his tribe of Kenku were exposed to 80s and 90s music through the crystal radio sets that were within the crashed Elithid ship next to him. Just go with it. So the only way I could talk is through using 80s and 90s song lyrics. So I was challenging myself to role play and help the group without, you know, oh, Jim says to do this, he's the DM, he's got everything memorized, listen to him. I was trying to mitigate that. We were having fun with it, and then I got put into a situation where, yeah, you can't talk with your message, you can't sing with this. So I was literally put on an island where I was fucking silent. That sucked, dude. Took a lot of fun of it. I had a similar setup, so a sampler record people with content that you used to talk for your Kenku. Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
That's awesome.
I love that.
So yeah, I wanted to have fun with it. There's still a lot of potential for it. Some other time, some other leader.
For people who enjoy Kenku, Jim has a really good Kenku game, which is Cards Against Humanity as your Kenku.
Yeah, if you're a DM that's out there, you're wanting to get the friends and family into the game, they're not sure because of the role play. This is something I came up with. Get yourself 4 level 1 bards, or it doesn't even have to be bards. Class doesn't matter. You just have a character sheet so you can let your players learn about what a character sheet looks like. The whole game is based on your role playing. The Kenku can't talk like normal people, so they have to go buy a bag of items, pick up a pig, and rent a wagon from this town using Cards Against the Humanity for their words. And they have to communicate with each other with their Cards Against the Humanities to try to accomplish 3 simple tasks. So you get the whole roleplay stuff out of the way because people are having fun playing cards. They get to be their characters. They don't have to come up with the lines themselves. They're feeded with the cards. The laugh, the riots go on. And as a dungeon master, you get to have them roll dice a couple times and so find out that D&D is a fun game. Yeah, it's a good little teaser system I had set up.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, we need to play it just for shits and grins, even though we all know how to play. That would be fun.
I think it'd be fun just in general. Ooh.
Yeah, not very easy for online. Ideal for the living room game. Perfect for the kitchen table living room game. A little challenging online though.
I've always wanted to do a Bard campaign where it's just us touring. I've always wanted to do that, but it'd be hard to get a group of people that all want to play Bards together to do it.
As long, well, therein lies the rub. It's like a lot of the understand we're getting near the end of time, but yeah, I want to close with the statement. And this is kind of breaking back out of what we're doing into DMing type of thing. If your group's okay with not having an epic world-ending campaign, it's okay to run that.
Yeah.
For example, like you're talking about with the Bard thing, I think the hesitation is, what are we going to do? We're going to play music. Well, what's the campaign? We're going to be a band. We're going to be the best fucking band on the Sword Coast, and we're going to kick everyone's ass. Yeah. Role players are going to love that.
And we're making
choppy, slashy murder hobos ain't gonna enjoy that campaign.
No, absolutely, yeah. And that's the thing. And
or touring band, hello,
yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. Your challenge comes from, we have to get from point A to point B, and all we made was the money that we just made from that last show, and we have to be able to figure out how to get to this place with the money we have.
Going to be Metallica, and obviously we're still playing D&D, so you can still put some intrigue elements. What happened, y'all? You're 2 days late for your fucking gig. Excuse us for a fucking dragon cruising over and killing everything, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
So you get to put all that fun, silly axes, and axe has 2 meanings, right? No shit. So you're still playing D&D. The only challenge I'm going to warn you, number 1, it's really hard to ratchet that up to saving the world. That shouldn't be the point of the campaign. Number 2, you're going to have to be cautious depending on the makeup of the group, what you provide as encounters for a dungeon master. So the downside of that is making sure that you're really specialized into adhering to the capabilities of that group and the scope of that campaign. You don't want to suddenly dump them in the final battle of Menzo Barons and have to stop the 6 demon princes from cruising through the world. as
absolutely not.
I'm strumming faster and they're still coming, and I'll strum even faster and it's not working. Yeah, you don't want to get into that kind of shit. Sapichu kicks in, you're a band, but one lich absolutely hates you modern young people music, so he curses you. Now every town you tour into is a tragic disaster. Only the party can stop the day before they arrive. That's fun.
No, I like that. See?
Yeah,
cool.
So you can have a lot of fun with off-kilter, off-brand ideas.
Yeah.
Not every campaign has to be centered on saving the world from a Sessarak or saving the world from Tiamat, or have fun with it, man. And the other thing is, they don't run long. 4 months, 6 months, everyone's bored of it, and you move on and do something else.
Yeah. So, and this is just kind of like a thing that I just so there's a show. There used to be a show that was called The Whitest Kids You Know, right? And it was just like a sketch comedy show. But they did a movie that was called The Civil War on Drugs. Okay. And in that movie, they kept the Civil War was happening, and they were protesting because they thought that weed was illegal, but clearly not at that point in time. But like every time they would show up to like do a protest, it was right after a battle happened, and so their whole thing was like, what's going on? Like, why are people so up in arms about this stuff? Like, why are they killing each other about this stuff? And they had like no idea that a war was going on. And I think that'd be good for like a Bard campaign where you keep showing up and shit is happening, and you're like, what the fuck?
Xana kicking back in. I'm with you on. I try. He just says, they say, my players are in a sandbox game, so it's mostly on them to find shit to do. Yeah.
It's hard.
I run that a lot of times, honestly. Let me rephrase that. I try to give pretty good breadcrumbs and pretty good directions, but I'm prepared enough for if they don't want to follow them and they want to go 500 miles to the west, they're welcome to do it. I'm going to cover them. I'm going to keep them busy. They're going to find something different to happen. Now, in 2 weeks, when they find out that everything went south on the city they left, that's on them. You know,
Yeah.
living worlds, sandbox living worlds have consequences.
Absolutely.
Some of that's time. But yeah, at the same time, it falls in between, man. If your group's having fun, just absolutely fucking off and goofing off in their sandbox, and everyone's laughing and everyone's engaged and everyone's there, great. But you're gonna find that you'll probably have to kick them in the boot take your boot to that ass every once in a while to get them moving along, because they'll have fun building their own sandcastle and ignore the 15 that you built around them.
Greyhawk.
So that's not a bad thing.
Waterdeep, for example.
Yeah. We were doing Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and I think in hindsight it was a mistake. I wanted to finish up the Dragon Heist thing that they were on. They were pretty close to the triggering point, and I honestly should have just let them miss it and let the heist resolve itself and let you guys keep living life in the city. But I tried to force the quest down their throat, and it took a lot of fun out of the group for a little while. So sometimes as a DM, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to think that, okay, I need to move this along, and you're not going to realize the fun that they're having is bitching at each other over colors of cloth in the windows, and why do I keep finding purple fucking hair all over my house? And that was the fun of the campaign. The fun of the campaign wasn't trying to solve a heist that didn't matter to them. So, read the temperature of the room, be willing to adjust.
Yeah.
Orcs attack method, chasing them up a tree. There's ways to direct them, absolutely.
Yeah. For people who are very confused, what wound up happening was we got given a house at the start of Waterdeep, and we were full on. We were making a bar. That's what we were doing. We were doing everything. We were doing quests just enough to get gold, and we were just putting it right back into the bar.
And like I said, I made an hand in the air, honest mistake of trying to redirect them onto the campaign instead of throwing the idea of the campaign away and leaning full into the bar and performing aspect. That was, it's like, well, Troll Skull Manor right there. Amen. So Big Brother Waterdeep, and a couple of comments, and then I really got to get dinner going here in a second.
Yeah.
But I used to hate the fact initially, it's like, you're giving these people a house day one, they're level 1, you're giving them a house. Fucking genius. Absolute genius way to start a campaign, because your players, how we met, who we are, all goes in the hell. They have to cohabitate. They have to form those relationships right off the bat.
Yeah.
Up the poltergeist and shove that into their throat. They.
We made friends with.
So it's a lot of fun. Yeah. So it's. I upgraded mine to a Spectre. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. His name was Frank. He was awesome.
Yeah. So that was one of those things that if I would have paid more attention to the pace of the group and the pulse of the group and less concerned about playing a story, it would have been a different campaign. I think we would have had a lot more fun with it, even though scheduling was the defeat of everything.
Yeah.
It changed the theme as soon as we had to focus on something that the players weren't focused on. So that's my job, is to, in those kind of unconventional campaigns, let it be unconventional, man. Lean into the silly, lean into the mundane. They may never face the gold dragon to get the gold, but when they have to get in a fight with the customs agent over the next 2 cases of hops that they need, that's going to be as important to them,
Oh, man. By the time we were done with this campaign, none of us wanted to see another fucking government building ever, because we had to go get all of these fucking permits, and we constantly, to get glass repaired took forever. We literally had somebody, we had our windows blown out, and instead of going and having insurance pay for it, we're like, fuck it, we're going to just we're going to mend every piece of glass individually, because it's cheaper and less time for us to do this.
The fireball you're referring to, I detonated out in their front yard 3 days after they got new windows installed and blew all the windows out of the building.
Yep.
They were so pissed. They didn't give a fuck about anything other than fixing their windows. A full session about getting their windows fixed, getting the curtains back up, and all that shit. And never mind that the dudes got roasted in their front yard. There's 3 smoldering fucking bodies out front. They're sitting there going, man.
Like, legitimately, we were getting mad at the cops. Like, who's going to pay for our windows, though? Like...
And it was awesome. You know, so that's D&D, guys. When you get those moments, you get those campaigns, you get that kind of flow going on, throw the fucking book, take that book, throw it off to the side. It'll be there later. You can integrate back into a story when you need it, man. Go with the flow that your players are giving you. Very, very rarely are you going to have the opportunity to watch the players make their own fun. And sometimes I felt left out, and not in a bad way. It's like, dude, I'm a DM, but I'm a spectator. These fools are role playing so well and so hard that I'm just kicking back, laughing my ass off. You know, so when you get those, let it roll, man. Let it have fun with that kind of stuff. Burn down the building, and just so you know, and it is okay to be spoiler now. They went into the second level of the Dungeon of the Mad Mage trying to find Yagra Stonefist. They took a wrong turn. You know, the Goblin Free Market. If you don't know Dungeon of the Mad Mage, you'll know that the second level is occupied by the Free Goblin League. All the guys that got rejected from the Nantarum and Xanathar hang out there. They went down, they put their thing down, got in a big ass fight, blew everything to shit. I mean, killed so many neutral goblins. So, and they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So
it escalated very quickly.
So I was like, you're exactly what you said there, Xana. About 4 months into the campaign, after the bar was up, after everything's good, when they started doing the Prince of the Apocalypse because their beer supply was getting interrupted from the Golden Fields, they come back to the smoldering ruin and a note posted saying, now we're even, courtesy of the Free Goblin League. That was absolutely, without fail, what was going to happen to these fools, because they fucking went down there, killed 27 goblins, burned their market to shit over an argument. So I was going to get them back for it. You know, but guess what? That would have given us another 6 months of campaign time as they rebuilt that fucking house.
I was going to say, we would have had insurance on it. Don't worry.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I could have put you guys back in the queue, wait for your turn in line to get your permits to.
Look, there were so many times we went to the DMV and we were stealing people's like their places in line and switching it. We were like, fuck, we're like
going to the DMV. I'd be like, time to go to the office. Everyone's like, fuck. Our rogue's like, yay! Sneaking around, stealing numbers, switching numbers around and shit. It was fun. But hey, guys, I do got to pop out. Yes. I got to get dinner on the stove and be back online here in about an hour for an actual session. Real quick, you're working on a minor story with the IBA, the Infernal Bank of Ethereum. The IBA, overseen by a consortium of devils, stands as a central banking authority in the Shattered Worlds. Its influence is evidence in the obsidian structures that dot the landscape. It's been fun to play with. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Great stories. So, you know, we'll catch up on that. But hey, appreciate the link. I'm going to check that out on Discord here, or over on Discord here in a little bit when I get a chance. The bank run by devils. Is Manon all up in the middle of that? He better be.
So I listen to a lot of Coheed and Cambria stuff. Like I have a Liars Club thing, but that's what it sounds like. The group that runs the Crashed Worlds in that, where it's just like a group of bankers who just run a prison pit, basically. It's very interesting.
But hey, whether you've been here for a few minutes, been here for the whole time, thank you. It's been a lot of fun. Appreciate the feedback. Xana, is awesome chatting with you. Good to see you back in here. Speechu, if you're still hiding out there, awesome to see you back in here as well. Soul Free, anyone else that's been kind of in and out, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I've had a great time. Remember, we're almost at the end of September. Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Appreciate you. We're almost at the end of September here. So if you want to help me out, or if you want to help any of your other streamers out, you're getting a pretty good deal on subs. We still get the full value, whether it's me or your favorite sub. And, you know, I get it. There's some hot chicks out there that deserve your sub. It's okay. I ain't gonna blame you. Just do it this month when you can save some money. That's all I'm trying to say. But yeah. I'm gonna bounce. Go ahead, Josh.
I was gonna say, join us back over on my channel here in about an hour, where we're gonna be playing What We Do in the Shadows of Barovia, little tongue-in-cheek version of Curse of Strahd.
A lot of tongue-in-cheek version of Curse of Strahd.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with the campaign and you're like, I don't want to watch someone play, you're not familiar with the campaign. I've ripped it apart. I've shredded it. The lands of Barovia has tripled in size. It's okay. Yeah. So it's there's enough familiarity to feel like it is a remake. Only it's a very, very bad Mel Brooks remake.
Yes.
Think of it that way.
Yeah.
If Mel Brooks ran a Barovia campaign, this is it.
Yeah. So yeah, come over to my side. We're gonna be doing that in about an hour.
Dark Side has cookies too.
Yes. I normally do gaming on my channel. Right now I'm playing through the Kingdom Hearts series. I'm on Chain of Memories, so if you're interested in any of that, you can come over to watch me do that stuff. And on Saturdays I do a gaming thing with my lovely girlfriend over there, Gude-sama in the chat. And starting in October, we're going to be doing Spoopy Month stuff. So we're going to be playing horror games every Saturday. Yeah, probably one-off, two-off stuff, kind of stuff. But yeah, stuff like that.
Cool.
But yeah,
Groovy.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
we'll be back.
Thank you guys.
Later.
We'll be back here in a little bit for those of you guys want to join us. Otherwise, I'll be back to my normal D&D chats tomorrow. Y'all be safe and see you soon.
All right. Bye, everybody.
I'm off. I'll keep fake smiling.